Wah, wah, wah. Hello, everyone. Welcome, friends, to Clobbering Times. ISU number 215 on YouTube, 915 overall. And I'm so happy to see all you friends popping in there. It is great to see you. And so just elated to be here with the most wonderful first officer in the fleet. Will everyone say hello to the magnificent Commander R.M. Briggs? And say we too. Don't forget to say that.
That's such a great opening. I always say it, but it's true. It's easy to be a decent commander when you have the best damn captain in the whole fleet. I love you. I missed you all week, and I'm excited. Let's do this.
Well, absolutely. Thank you so much, and thank you all for being here. Thank you. That opening is fantastic because of you. Because of you, my dear first officer, you are the best, and I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. Yeah, I can never get enough of that opening, by the way. And I'm just trying to speedily write down the names of all of our friends who are popping in. Sorry about that. All right, everyone. Well, what's up? How you doing, number one?
I'm doing really well. My husband and I went for a long drive, and we came back with two very small little people. And I believe their names are going to be Paco and Lola, and they are 1 pound each. They are the sweetest little people. And the house has been lonely since my past. And so, uh, yeah, there's new life, there's puppy breath and puppy smells in the house, and I think I slept an entire hour and a half last night on the floor.
There are indeed life forms on this planet. I don't know. Somehow when you say new life, it made me think of that.
Yes.
And whoever names that episode, well, you can all, everyone can. Everyone here can name that episode. All right. My goodness. Let's see here. I cannot wait to see. I hope we can see pics of those puppies soon.
I promise
Yeah.
I will get them up as soon as possible. Just extremely excited. I did buy them at a Mennonite colony, so I know that they were very well taken care of, and uh, I just rushed them to the vet to make sure everything was on the up and up and all the paperwork was good and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and everything was. So they're just so tiny, and I'm just so excited. And it's great to have the pitter patter of little teeny tiny feet,
Oh.
super teeny tiny feet in the house again.
So are they getting already running around, getting used to it then, and getting acclimated and all that stuff?
Yeah, they're a very slow-growing breed, so, I
Uh huh.
think the one little guy is never gonna be bigger than about 3.5 pounds, and he's gray with white socks, and he is just a little charmer, and then, his sister is a little bit bigger than him. I think she'll be 4.5 or 5 pounds, and she's all black with 2 white socks, and, she
Oh.
is just hysterical. So, of course, I had to name her, Lola, and my husband wanted to name the little boy Paco, and I'm almost convinced to give the green light on that. If I could get a little vote in the chat on that, what do you think? Paco and Lola, they're
I
both
love it.
wonderful. Yeah.
I think that's great, Paco. That's perfect. That is perfect. So, well, everyone, let's see. Unless you want to name one Porthos, but I don't think you'll go for that.
You know what? I considered it. I totally considered it. I absolutely did.
Oh, I might say Neelix, but I'm just kidding. Remember
Oh,
Barkley named his cat Neelix? So,
yes, that'd be so bad. Yeah, no Spot in this house. No Spot. There can be no Spot. And I have a few questions already in the chat. Yeah, no, not Pomeranian. I'm one of those people who really loves Chihuahuas. And I know Chihuahuas get a really bad rap with people, but They're really great little guard dogs, and they're wonderful to their own families. They're not so great with strangers, but that's kind of the point. It's like having a big watchdog in a little watchdog's body. So they're just so quiet, and my husband says that they're like Spicoli from Fast Times at
Oh
Ridgemont High.
God.
They're just very chill dogs when it's just their family. So I just love them very much. And JT Kirk, you read some of my stories? I love you.
Oh,
Thank you. I'm glad you liked
speaking
them.
of that, I was just about to put that up there so you could tell everyone about your stories and stuff.
Ah, wow. That's so kind of you. You've built this community by helping others. So I always feel a little bit shy to do
Oh, don't be
promotion
silly.
on here. But I love you, Clubby. You're such a good friend and you're so loyal to me. Yeah, folks, I write science fiction and I am working on a novel. But one thing that I have been attracted to my entire life. Some people think you write short stories because you don't have a novel in you. It's not that at all. It's that I have been in love with short story, short fiction forms my entire life. So if you like stuff like Philip K. Dick and you like stuff like Edgar Allan Poe, you might like my short stories. They're science fiction. I have not done any science fantasy yet, and you can get them at Amazon. Please, if you're on Goodreads, follow me, and you can also buy them on your Kindle device. And for Americans, they're under $1.
Excellent. I love short stories. I mean, I always liked whether the collections. And as you know
Yeah,
what a comic book geek that I am.
yeah,
There was when I was, growing up in the Silver and Bronze Age. Some of your, best comics were one issue, one-off stories, shorter stories.
yeah.
I think some characters, even recurring characters, lend themselves better to short format stories.
Well, I guess there are a few literary critics that say that one of the reasons why all the greats made sure that they did short story collections is because it's a unique discipline unto itself, and you have to be in a different frame of mind. And they say that when it's really good, the reader should want a book out of it. So it's a hyper inspiring environment. You just have this little snippet, and then your mind goes wild. Your mind starts to make all of those connections, and you have this very intimate relationship with the author. So I just love that feeling. I love the way it feels. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Philip K. Dick, H.G. Wells, any of these people. I just absolutely love that feeling where your mind starts to go,
Yeah. Oh
really
yeah.
crazy, and you can see the things the author sees, and then you have this wild connection, and the potential of the story they're in. So it's something I'm super attracted to. It's a bit like a drug. I don't do drugs, but that's like a drug.
Well, Wolfie says, read her stories. She is smart. She makes us go. We go, you packling you.
You
She's
baked
you get
potato.
us with a
Somebody give
packlet
me the
potato.
bacon and sour cream.
Now, the Catman, hello there, Catman. We'll get to our hellos in a second. Wants to know how he can get a hold of your stories because he does not have a Kindle, just a smartphone. But you can get them that way as well, right?
Yeah, you can. If you go to Amazon, you can download them to any device, Android, Apple.
Okay.
You can read it on anything.
Excellent, excellent. Before we start our hellos and then get down to beeswax, folks. I just want to say, of course, today is the birthday one of the greatest living, formerly living, now always still living to me. I don't care, beings ever. The great Christopher Reeve,
Yeah,
who made us believe a man could fly. No one will ever even come close to playing Superman on his level. He
agreed.
is Superman. I love George Reeves and things like that, but Christopher Reeve is he's someone special to me, folks. I mean, I get choked up thinking about it. I mean, I love that man. What he did for so many people, and he walked that walk as well. He was so kind and generous to everyone that he met after, even before his horrible accident, and even after it. When playing this character, he lived up to it.
He did.
And he just loved. It was a character he didn't grow up with like many of us did, and yet he learned to love the character, and his performance speaks for itself. but I think the way he conducted himself made him just as super. And so I love this man. And of course, Superman the movie is right there tied, probably almost tied with my favorite all time film, The Empire Strikes Back. My two favorite, most wonderful movie going experiences ever.
Yeah.
And so today would have been, of course, is not would have been. It is his birthday,
Well,
and
he's my Superman too. And I absolutely love him. And I wish more people could be like him today. He didn't grow up with Superman, but he, like you've taught me, he read the comics, and then he approached that character with just so much heart. You can read it in every micro expression, in every gesticulation, and in his beautiful interviews with the media, where he had that same idea like Gene Roddenberry in this character. It was this spark of the utopian ideal, the personification of the very, very best of us, what we could aspire, the best version of human beings. And so, there is no other Superman for me. Just Christopher Reeve. He just what a fabulous human being, and even the way he comported himself with such dignity in discussing this superhero character. Never at no point do we feel like he's going to demean comic books, uh, demean comic book fans, demean the character, believe that he should completely reconstruct the character, or mock the entire endeavor as though it's beneath him, and he's just one step away from something better and Oscar worthy. This was somebody who was just true blue, sincere, and helped us to want to be better people. Christopher Reeve, rest in peace. You are so loved and you are so missed.
very, very beautifully said, my first officer. Um, yeah, Superman on and off the screen, folks, and just like you said, those interviews. If you ever watched them in interviews, he always talked about. He didn't just talk about his experiences making the films or anything like that. Of course, he did, but Christopher Reeve always talked. It was interesting to me. When he got asked a million times, billions of times about it. He had to, and
Yeah.
yet he always, when he talked about Superman, he didn't talk about flying and moving mountains or anything, that kind of stuff, which of course we love as geeks who love Superman things. But he talked, and even Joe Public loves seeing that stuff, the spectacle of it. He always talked about the heart, the soul, the intelligence, but he also talked about the values,
Hmm.
and how Superman loved people and saved people. Superman was a friend. Superman had the smile. And, he would look at you, because this is a being, of course, with of godlike be, who would be very scary when you darken him. When you darken Superman, you idiots at DC Comics and Zack Snyder, you turn him into a devil with superpowers. When he has to be the light. Superman is the light. You don't
Yeah.
darken his costume. You don't darken his face, and he puts the smile there. Whether I don't care if he's saving an airplane or Lois Lane from the falling helicopter in the film, or the cat from the tree from Little Girl, where he stops and he smiles at her and lets her know it's okay. Superman, yes, and I've heard Christopher Reeve has said this in an interview. He's a friend. That's what
Yeah.
he is.
Well, the
And
dark Superman doesn't make any sense. It's antithetical to the entire process. Superheroes help us work out, our existential crisis. They help us work out the veil, between life and death, and what we could do if we could control death, if we could make things better, if we could prevent bad things in the world from happening. So to make a superhero evil is just, not only is it cheap and weird, but it's like it there's no craft in that. The craft is in understanding, that unique sense of people think it's about power. People think that it's about enabling, male power or patriarchy or any of this other crap. It's really not about that. Superheroes resonate with all of us because we wonder what it would be like to not have to fear death. And every time Superman grabs onto a doorknob, we remember Christopher Reeve. We remember the way that he portrayed that superhero, and we realize the depth of character and control it would take not to grab that doorknob and just twist it right off the door. So Superman is a very interesting character, and we don't need to make him evil. We don't need to make him really flashy. We don't even need a lot of CGI. In him, our hopes and our hearts and our morality and our ethics are supposed to soar. And through him, we come to grips with the fact that we're not going to live forever. That when we go to the grocery store, we can be cruel or we can be kind when somebody bumps in line in front of us. When our pet dies, when somebody drops a present off and we don't know where it came from, when we donate food to the food bank, that he's supposed to be that for us. And to turn that dark, I think is weak, and I think it's feeble, and I think it shows a lack of craft and a total lack of understanding of what this character represents for us. And Christopher Reeve got it. He knew how powerful this character was and why we need him. We need Superman.
I consider it to be complete evil when that is done to this character.
Yeah.
It's evil when you darken Superman.
Agreed.
For
Agreed.
Me. And the people who did it are filthy and should be ashamed of themselves. But
yeah.
Anyway, just a little bit of a tribute there, folks. We're going to get right to Trek, but I love Christopher Reeve. He's one of the many, many building blocks of my geekness, and I love that man. And yes, I love George Reeves very, very much, Phantom. Don't worry, there's no disrespect for George. I loved him, and he was a hero to me as well. I love George. Real name, George Besselo. Anyway, so, well, everyone, quick show notes. Monday night, the great Mark D with a C will be joining me for part 4 of the great Team Up Comics. It'll be at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Marvel 2-in-1. The Thing and the Thing will team up because he's just a big Thing fan as well. So we will team up. We'll be a 2-in-1 talking about that. And of course, because we love some comics there. So
they're going to clobber it.
We shall clobber it, sir. Indeed. Indeed. So we're going to run through this real quick, saying hello so we can get through. Although we only have only if you think about it, only one episode to talk about, but you know what I'm saying. one and a quarter episodes to talk about. So we have plenty of time tonight as far as we don't have to hurry too much because it's the one episode. Then there's never mind. Clips of Gray. So the great Lord Thoth.
LT!
LT!
And Mrs. LT.
And yes, as always, shout out to the missus. Lord Thoth, brother, good to see you. I'm sorry, I dropped my pen, sorry.
Long live the Legion.
Avon lives, long live the Legion, buddy. Phantom Outsider.
Hey, Phantom.
Phantom, always a pleasure, sir. Raymond and Sandra Feliciano, hello.
The Felicianos, romantic, kind, talented, fun, cool, loyal people. They're here. Hi.
Hey. JT Kirk, my friend.
Oh yeah, JT, thank you so much for reading those stories, and I'm so happy that you enjoyed them. I don't know which ones you read, but I'm so happy. Thank you.
Indeed-ishness. Let's see here. I dropped my paper thingy. Sorry. Nirada Maxamanda Bear. Welcome.
Maxamanda Bear.
Indeedishness. Snort a pooper's crew.
Snort a poopers!
Cuba.
You're going to scare them puppies. The great master of richness, Eric K. Brother.
I love you. I missed you last week. Where were you? You were probably busy, but I just want you to know that I noticed you were missing, and I missed you, and I love you. And
Good to see you there, my friend, the Bronze Surfer. D. Bud Martin, brother. Always a pleasure,
D-Bud.
man. Always good to see you. Enigmatic Drop Bear. Hello there.
Hello. Looking forward to your comments tonight. We're going to have a very glorious, glorious time tonight.
Indeed. Captain James Skywalker.
Good evening.
Kal-El, 48.
Hey,
Good to see you
Kal-El.
there. Good to see you there. And they call him Scuba Pete.
Scuba Pete! I love you. How's Leslie? Love you guys. Tell her I said hello.
Indeed. Steve Mitchum, bro.
Hey, Steve. Also known as my Conan in Vegas. I think he's putting Maddie to bed. So have fun with the toddler wrestling, and we'll see you back here in a little while.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Snail Messiah. Hello there.
Hey, good
Good to see you.
evening. You're up
Uh,
late.
oh yeah, that's right. Way across the universe from us.
Yeah,
There.
he is across the universe, almost in another galaxy.
Yes, that's okay. We have warp capabilities. Uh, Anti-derivative. Jill, look at you. Good to see you, my friend.
Hey, gorgeous. So you're doing stuff. So you're just participating as a podcast right now. We'll see when you get into the live chat a little bit later. And thank you for coming. I'm looking forward to your company and your excellent comments.
Absolutely, absolutely. Snail mail. Sorry, I don't tell my parents. Good to see you there. The Catman, aka Dee Dee Myers. Hello
Hey,
there.
Dee Dee, how are you? How
Good
are
to
the
see you
Kit
there.
Kats?
Yes, indeed, Catman. Appreciate you. Always appreciate you being here. Just Joe 47, Jobber brother.
Hey, Jobber.
Hey. And of course, the great Mark D with AC.
Yes.
Great friend of the show.
And if you're not following Mark D with a C, please go follow him. He's a maker and he's a geek and a nerd. He's got his own channel. Please, if you've ever wanted to own your very own doomsday machine, he makes a wonderful doomsday machine. He also makes a whole bunch of other really cool things. He does 3D printing and machining, and he's just brilliant and super fun to be around and a very kind man. And he's our friend in real life. So we really care about Mark D with a C. So go on over and smash the subscribe button. No, clobber it. Clobber the subscribe button over on Mark D with a C's channel, please.
Exactly. 1903TX. Hey.
Hey, nice to see you.
Hello there. Hungry Boy. Hey, Hungry Boy, I tell you what, I really appreciate that that email you sent and the thing, what you made there. And thank you so much. I'm honored beyond words to express. And I really, really appreciate you hanging out on the stream the other night and talking some comics with me and, in the chat there with us and the very nice things you've been saying on my spinner rack videos, which everyone, yes, have videos out there called the Comic Book Spinner Rack of Time, and I'm really enjoying doing those. And some comics fans out there who are saying some really nice things, and you really know your stuff there, Hungry Boy. So thank you.
Did you see all of those beautiful comments, those very brilliant and articulate comments he was making about Superman earlier? I just love Hungry Boy. I'm so happy that Hungry Boy has joined our community. Not only is he excellent company, but he's very knowledgeable and very passionate about geekdom and nerddom. So I'm going to join Clobby in just saying thanks to you, Hungry Boy, and welcome. Good evening. Looking forward to chatting with you tonight.
Yes, I'm really honored by your words, my friend. Thank you so much. Keep putting my pins in the wrong place. All right. Wolfie is here.
Ow, ow, ow! Prepare the poop Zamboni. There's going to be some serious poop Zamboni required this evening.
Absolutely. Stuart Mitchell, welcome, my friend. Good to see you.
Good evening, Stuart. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for coming.
Hey there, Tyrell72.
Hey, Tyrell's here. Great.
Absolutely. Mega Cropper. Hello there.
Hi, Mega.
A world made of cardboard. I like that name there.
That's nice. A great name.
Absolutely. Brightest day, buddy. I saw you pop in earlier. Good to see you, man.
Nice to see you, Zach. Glad you're here.
Hello there, P-Cat. Honored to have you stop in, my friend.
I remember that name from last week. Little P-Cat.
Yeah, I know P-Cat. Hey, good to see you there. Mr. Angel, good to see you pop in.
Our resident chef. What did you make today? Please tell me it was something good. Well, everything you make is good, but I just want to hear what you made today, if you don't mind.
Yeah, what did you make for us when we were hungry? Well, look, there we go. Anyone else pops in, we'll try to acknowledge them. Of course, we only have we have a light workload this week, folks, but we'll still have some fun with it. And this is it. We're ending up. He said, exasperated. Season 2 of Star Trek, The Next Generation. Yeah. So we're here for you, though. I know you're here for us. What we will do now is we're about to get running on our first of the reviews. while I fetch a picture, I will let my wonderful first officer explain. She will first officer explain to you here.
Okay. Mr. Angel, ooh, you made pizza. That sounds good. All right, so let's get to it. If you're participating in the podcast and you're not participating in the live chat, we have a beautiful graphic of the front of the book of a book called Star Trek 365: The Next Generation, and it's written by Paula M. Block. She gets a little bit of help from her husband Terry J. Erdman, and this book is blessed by Ronald D. Moore. We read summaries, we read excerpts, I mean, out of this book because it provides summaries for each episode. And then Clubby and I discuss the episode, and then we throw it to the chat, and we all talk about the good, the bad, the ugly in every single episode. And you know, around here, we are what I affectionately call the 735 Club. So we're reviewing Star Trek in chronological order from 1966 to 2005. And we are about to draw season 2 to a close. And it's not going to be pleasant. We have deployed the poop Zamboni, and it is at the ready. So tonight, I will be reading extemporaneously from this text, and then we'll talk about these episodes, and we'll review them, and we'll celebrate the good stuff and poo-poo the bad stuff, and possibly give you some information you had never heard of about the episode. And Paula M. Block is very good for that. And I would just like to say that I recommend buying this book. And one of the reasons why I recommend buying this book is because, you know, Trekkies. Our fan lore is riddled with factoid, and these user-generated sites are not helping. This is a vetted source with really beautiful pictures, stuff that people haven't seen before, maybe didn't know before, and it's all vetted. It's all true. We know that it's true. And so, yeah, highly recommend getting the book. It's an odd-looking book. It's odd that the author's last name is Block, because the thing literally looks like a brick, like it looks like a cinder block, and so it's odd. But and the I don't recommend the opening the spine too many times, but it is gorgeous to look at if you're careful, and has some wonderful information in it.
Captain Deckard Spock, buddy. Good to see you, my friend.
Good evening.
Indeed. Well, okay, we will get on with our first episode of the evening.
Oh, Dee Dee Myers, I beg your pardon. Please forgive me, Captain. Dee Dee Myers is asking about where he can get the book. Dee Dee, before you go ahead and do that, why don't you sit tight and wait a little while? Because everyone around here knows that I give out prizes with each iteration of Star Trek. So for the TNG, I'm going to be doing this book. So what I'll do is I'll take everyone's names, I'll draw the names out of a hat, and I will choose a winner, and then I will actually mail the book out to folks. So it might be a good idea for you to sit tight and see if you win that draw first, okay, Dee Dee? But yeah, I can also get one of our marvelous wrenches to put the URL to the book in the chat.
A big thank you to Eric K for the $2 super chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, Bronze Surfer there, buddy. P. Hard looks ready to apologize in that picture. Oh, yes, indeed. Max Redstone.
Hey, Max. Welcome.
All right. Thanks for popping in there. Good to see you, man. Always a pleasure. Good to see you, Max. Yes. So, well, our first episode is, go for it.
Our second to last episode is actually it's not too bad. Okay.
Yeah.
It's peak performance. We're on season 2, episode 21, and we all watched this on July 10th, 1989. Please turn to the block text, and we are on tile 113, peak performance. Realizing that the recently encountered Borg represent a dire threat to the Federation, P-Hard asks Starfleet to send an expert to oversee a battle simulation exercise between the Enterprise and the Hathaway, a derelict starship that will be under Riker's command. But in the midst of their war games, a Ferengi ship fires on the Enterprise, rendering its weapons system inoperative. The Ferengi have misinterpreted Picard's attack on the Hathaway, inferring that Riker's ship holds something of great value that the Enterprise covets. And unless Picard surrenders the Hathaway and its valuable booty, the Ferengi promise to destroy both Starfleet vessels. Sometimes a script calls for a guest star to be a very specific physical type. Actors who play Cardassians, for instance, generally are tall, with little body fat. Ferengi actors are short. Klingons tend to be built like football players. But if a script or story point doesn't specify a look, some departments stay on until the casting department makes a decision. Such was the case with Zach Dorn. There was nothing in the peak performance script telling me what the character would look like, Michael Westmore recalls. And so he waited until veteran actor Roy Brock-Smith came in to sit and have his head cast in alginate. Alginate. It wasn't until I started sculpting over the cast of Roy's head that I was able to come up with an idea for his character. Sirna Kohlrami, says Westmore. Roy has a full, round face, and I designed a set of appliances that would work with his features. We made a piece that went over his nose and upper lip, 2 pieces for the cheeks, and an appliance for his forehead. Westmore notes that he didn't want to do anything with the character's hair, so he instructed the stylist to just slick it back. That exposed more of his face, Westmore says. I also left his hands alone because I knew there would be several scenes of him playing a game and he would need his hands free. Brock-Smith's physical type set the standard for Zach Dorn characters to come. Once we had established what they look like, I used the same makeup for the Zach Dorn quartermaster in Unification. It was just a matter of adjusting and making a new set of appliances to fit the actor. And there is another tile, and it looks like it's behind the scenes information, so I'll read it. For 7 seasons, Star Trek The Next Generation's audience was treated to high-quality, highly realistic imagery, such as this tense standoff between the Hathaway, the Enterprise, and the Ferengi attack vessel. Yet, these striking images seldom have appeared in books or magazines. There's a reason for that, and an interesting one as well. Ooh. Back in the 1960s, if a Star Trek, the original series script, called for a fantastic image, the people charged with creating the effect worked with traditional film and optical techniques. Everything had to be shot optically back then, says Gary Hutzel, one of several visual effects coordinators who worked on The Next Generation. So even though many TOS episodes had only 10 or 15 of what today we would call simple visual effects shots, literally every effects house in town had to be booked to work on them. That was a big deal on a budget and schedule they had. The original series had a lot of problems delivering effects on film, confirms Robert Legato, one of TNG's alternating visual effects supervisors. So while they were developing The Next Generation, Legato notes, Bob Justman, Peter Lauritsen, and Rick Berman said, come up with a faster system. The TNG team decided to use a videotape format, then combine the various elements electronically. For instance, a star field as a background layer, a planet as a middle layer, and the Enterprise as the front layer. We shot the separate elements on film, Hutzel says, but we transferred the film to videotape and combined the images in a digital realm. It was fast, and we used about 1/10 the number of people to do the same amount of work. It saved a massive amount of money. For the first 3 seasons, the TNG staff worked in a 1-inch analog tape format, the prevailing technology at the time. Geez, I wish Steve Mitchum was here and not putting Maddie to bed because he knows about this. In the fourth season, they switched to a brand new digital format called computer graphic imaging, or CGI, even though some of the hardware was still considered research and development and came without operating manuals. It was a whole different world, Hutzel notes. We regularly did 30 or 40 shots per show and had 20 days to deliver them. In most cases, the process eliminated the use of film altogether, and therein lies the problem. While the videotape and CGI saved both time and money, the technologies had one unfortunate shortcoming. There were no photographic images of the final effects shots. Thus, the only way to reproduce one of TNG's visual effects in a book, such as in this one, is by doing a frame grab, or screen grab is what she means, directly off the video image. And frame grabs, unfortunately, always look a bit soft on the printed page. And that is all the block text has to say about peak performance. So, Captain, I'm going to throw it over to you. What did you think of the block coverage, and what did you think of the episode Peak Performance?
Very interesting coverage as always, because you always learn something new about an episode. The episode itself, well, I thought there are elements here, and this kind of falls under that category. There are things in there I thought were mildly interesting, and I don't like the execution of this episode very much in terms of some of the things that they did. Now I'm just going to go into pet peeve territory. First, I'm going to say thank you to Max Redstone for this super chat. $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Zach Dorn Slackdorn Karami is a saggy cheek Wesley.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Max. Absolutely. Before I start on how much I hated the Wesley crap in it, this really aggravates me, everyone. I'm not going to try to open up a can of worms for an argument or anything. I cannot stand it in later treks, be it, and it's happened on Next Gen. It's happened on Love Enterprise. It's happened on there when they say we're not a military organization. It drives me up the freaking wall. That stuff because we're not a military organization. This crap about when Riker's talking about he finds it useless to have combat training. It's a minor province in the makeup of Starship Captain. Are you kidding me? I hate that garbage. You are military. You have ranks. You have discipline. You have the brig. You have court martials. You have everything.
Yeah. You
are a military. And look, whoever, and again, even Gene Roddenberry is not perfect all the time. I know that's coming from him. I don't know who that comes from. Just like I was always kind of skeptical of having families and stuff on the ship. That's another argument for another time. You are military. I'm sorry. You just are. And that is show producers, whoever's doing that, they just somehow they're I don't know. They're resistant to anything military. They're just anti-military people. Some of them seem to be, it seems. So I hate that crap. But that's just me. And every time they do it, it drives me nuts. But in spite of some of the interesting aspects to the episode, my biggest problem is Wesley frigging cheats, and then Riker just lets him cheat. Yeah. Why do you let him get away with the cheating part of the whole story? The whole exercise is absolutely pointless, not because you shouldn't prepare for the Borg or any of that kind of crap.
Yeah.
You should. That's fine. Do an episode about that. That's great. But then you let Wesley cheat.
Yeah, and then you do something which I really don't like, which is happening a lot in our society today, is you just change the diction. You just alter the diction to change the ethics of it, by just saying he improvised. No, cheating is not a synonym for improvising. Improvising is being creative in your solutions that are probably unconventional, and you rework the material you have in front of you to create something that is workable. Cheating is when you break the rules. So this is very typical. Yeah, I don't like it.
Kirk improvised against Khan. Kirk improvises, and actually, even though that was set into the rules of the prefix code and stuff, he's thinking. He didn't beam over to Khan's ship and steal something.
Yeah,
which he couldn't have.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I got noise going on. I thought I had my phone turned off.
That's okay, honey.
It's annoying to me. Damn it. Sorry, but anyway, that kind of crap aggravates me. And again, they just let so you've just ruined the war game when you do that, when you cheat like that.
Yeah.
Now the Zach Dorn's kind of amusing. Some of the stuff with him, I kind of like him, kicking Riker around because Riker's such a jackass sometimes. It's kind of
Yeah.
funny actually. I like that. The guy, another guy from Total Recall, 2 actors in a row from Total Recall.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
anyway, but the Wesley crap is stupid. Let's see. I had one other point, and then we get into the action, the cliche writing that kind of annoys me. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, you just can't have an episode dealing with the war game. You got to throw the Ferengi in there, just like, oh, we need to just make up. When the Ferengi popped up, because remember they used the for the red herring, they used the Romulan ship for a second.
Yeah.
So the Ferengi just pop up out of nowhere, just happened to be out there.
Yeah,
It's
no
just
long
so
range
convenient.
sensors detected them during a
Yeah,
war game
thank you.
when they would be on, yeah. And what's really sad is that this is all on this idea. This is all resting on this idea that they're trying to prep for the Borg. So Wesley
Right.
saved the day by cheating, and like I said, cheating is not a synonym for improvisation. And so it's like you said, it makes me angry because it just defeats the whole purpose. We're supposed to be preparing for the Borg. We now know the Borg is out there and they're headed toward us. And so now we're going to engage in military games. And these games happen in real life. They do these kinds of things. So this is where this idea comes from. So at this time, at this point, the viewer should be very engrossed and very interested in the possible weaknesses in the Federation's defenses, in the Enterprise's defensives, and in their policies, in how they conduct themselves in combat. And yeah, they're going to need combat. They won't be able to just, hey, brother. That won't happen here.
Yes. And again, some of the most interesting aspects of the episodes, probably, at least for me, some of the stuff with the Data learning the lesson about losing and stuff, I think is okay, but would have probably made a little bit more sense earlier on in the series because he's learned so much. It kind of rings a bit hollow. I understand what he doesn't understand how he could lose and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they really didn't. Again, it was just another one of those little sidetracks in the story, which are kind of like, okay, but you don't do enough with it personally. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know.
Well, I
I
think that we have to look at the socio-historical context here and realize too that at this point on July 10th, 1989, a letter writing campaign had begun, and many people were really upset with what they were doing to our Pinocchio. He was endeared to us. We absolutely adored him. And, here we have Pulaski just treating him like crap. And how this all got broached is, of course, everybody wanted Beverly back. And that writing campaign, it had a huge impact, but that's all a part of that package discussion. So I think in many ways, I think that David Kemper, who wrote this episode, was really trying to engage with fans and sort of make up to them a little bit, trying to make Pulaski be more compassionate to Pinocchio and not, piss fans off anymore, because people were really angry. We love Data, and Pulaski was awful to him, and then adding insult to injury, they took our Bev away. So and they heard about it. Wow, did they hear about it? They got mountains of mail. People were mad.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's just so many things. That just aggravates me, some of that stuff. Yeah, you're not. Well, stop using military ranks then. We're just a bunch of guys and ladies out here just running through the galaxy. Nobody's the boss. Nobody's in command. And there's no brig or anything. Oh, wait, there is. Sick bay. That sounds military to me. Just shut up about that. I hate it. They even did it on Enterprise one time, and it drives me insane when they do it on any show.
Yeah,
remember when Kirk said he was a soldier?
Yeah, I'm a soldier, not a diplomat.
Not a diplomat. Yep. Can only tell you the truth.
Yeah, and that's essential here, right? And Gene was in the military, and Gene was also a police officer. So it's all fine and good to be a pacifist, But at the end of the day, when you reach out, I think it was Stephen Hawking who said, when you reach out, be careful at what's going to reach back. I mean, he constantly warned us about that. And it will require a military organization. Mind you, in real life, our military organization now wears Battlestar Galactica uniforms. But I'm just saying, you have to be prepared, and to put astronauts in space, these people need to have bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, PhDs, and doctorates. They need to be they need to be organized in a very specific way. There has to be a chain of command. So to get out there and pull the preposterous card that we're not a military organization is just, it's insulting, and it's not needed in the dialogue, and it doesn't present as canon. It just presents as, oh boy, they let another crappy writer put something through that shouldn't have gotten through.
Absolutely. And there you go, Thoth. Starfleet is a military and exploratory arm of the Federation. Absolutely. You got that. It's dangerous out there, folks.
Yeah.
I hate that stuff. And then you say, Lord Thoth, there you go. Walk softly and carry a big stick. That's that's life.
Yeah.
And so anyway, notes.
Yeah, and just further to that, if we weren't a military organization, imagine what would happen if they were all just like what, then what would it be other than that? Would it be like a corporation? Would it be like a UN? You would still have a chain of command. So to say that it's not a military organization, when we know that in TOS it was a military organization, and we know that going forward it would have to be a military organization. And I think it was Wolfie who said earlier, "Oh, we're not a military organization. Polishes photon torpedoes."
Exactly.
It's just, I agree with all of the pacifism, but imagine if we went out into space and something came at us that was not humanoid, and something happened on the ship. You need a chain of command. People need to make decisions, and astronauts are usually military, are they not?
They are. They
So
are. And there's nothing wrong with it.
I just think it's dumb. I think it's just a way of saying we come in peace, and I think that's a tired trope in science fiction. Rarely do aliens come in peace. Not humans and not aliens. If they're out there, if they come in peace, we should be lucky. Read some Stephen Hawking. He's not so sure they're going to come in peace. They might come in pieces, but they're not going to come in peace. Okay, so to my notes, boss man. I put in yelling all caps in my notes, Armin Shimmerman, and then right underneath it, Squiggy. So if you were somebody who watched Laverne and Shirley when you were young, that is David Lander, and he is playing that other Ferengi, and it's so good to see you. Hey, Squiggy. A Picard calls Ensign Burke a lieutenant. Shocking for a B-rate science fiction actor who considers himself a Shakespearean actor. So yeah, Ensign Burke is not a lieutenant, and this is in fact a military organization, and that's why you should know the difference between an ensign and a lieutenant. Then in my notes I have, oh man, too much Wesley. And then underneath, Pulaski is written compassionate to our Pinocchio. And I love the quote, and I know Jill will love the quote. It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not weakness. That is life. And then I put in parentheses P hard. And then I put underneath pew, pew, fun. And then, some excellent ideas, some dialogue, none of it maximized, none of it acted on. And those are my notes, boss man.
Well, there you go. Like I said, this episode is just, I don't know. It's not a peak performance of an episode of any stretch. And yes, we did get to see Armin and Squiggy. That's cool.
Yeah. Hungry boy. I love you, hungry boy. That's pretty good.
Basically, the Wesley overload is annoying. Well, we pretty much covered all the things that aggravate me. So, number one, what is your rating and of peak performance.
This is a B minus for me. I don't hate it, but I don't think it's entirely awful. I just think that there were some really great ideas here, and then some really stupid dialogue that
Mhm.
made all of the great ideas stink. And that's unfortunate because they had all the raw material to make this episode to
Right.
push this episode over the A grade.
I hear you. Absolutely. I'm going with a C minus myself. And let's see. Now our wonderful chat. Please give us your rating and any comments you may have about peak performance.
Phantom Outsider. The best strategy is just opening the bay doors and have the poop Zamboni blown out. And when it hits the other ship's view screen, they will be blinded and no one will want to clean that poop off. Love it. Love it.
Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Starting the Catman, aka D.D. Myers. I give it a D plus. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a very kind critic usually there. Wow, my goodness, there you go.
He is. That is D.D. Myers' character. He is somebody who likes to give as high a grade as possible because he is a diehard Trekkie. So that's a shockingly low grade, and it shows you stop writing crap.
Mega Cropper, an A with no statement. Thank you, Mega Cropper. Let's see.
I respect that. I can definitely see the high points that would draw you to give that grade. I want to give that grade too, so I totally respect that, Mega Cropper.
Absolutely, we respect all opinions here. Thank you. We thank you for being here. Eric KC. As Clubby always tells me, if they cloned Wesley and put them throughout the galaxy, the universe would have peace and be paradise. Lucky the Borg never got Wesley, or all would have been lost. That is so true, sir. That is so true.
I love you, Eric.
Snort a paboose.
Good bear.
A B minus. Starfleet is not a military organization. We just wear uniforms, have ranks, ships bristling with weapons for reasons. With the Borg coming, I suggest you become a military and fast. Yes. Yes, sir. Bop. Let's see. Most of the regulars have a chance to shine, except for I'm sorry, I just can't say it. The kid who cheated.
Did you know that Snortapoopus? Did you know that cheated is a synonym for improvised? That's a thing. Did you know that?
Yeah, Riker's just like, you cheated. But what the hell?
Clubby, you were supposed to chime in with, oops. I did not know that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, Steve's not here, so I can't get in trouble. I did not know that. That is wild, weird stuff. Wow. Ed, did you know that? Oh, I knew that. Oh, you're magnificent one. Oh, I did not. All righty. Number 3. Holy hiding Ferengi, Batman.
Yeah.
Better get those sensors looked at. Yes, indeedishness.
Yeah.
RN Raymond Feliciano says, C. Interesting that Picard. I'm going to be fair. He's at least still Picard at this point. Picard is so dead. Is set against. So dead. Set against. No, the war games. Yeah, that his opening log. I've aside from some misgivings, I've decided to. But there's another thing. The opening log. Despite some misgivings, I've decided to go along with some. Wait a minute, you were given orders from Starfleet Jagoff. You didn't make the decision. What are you talking about? Like, what are you admiral now? Maybe didn't he make a crack about someone not being an admiral in the episode? Well, you're not an admiral. You were given orders. Shut up. You didn't get the damn. You didn't. He said that misgivings, but I'm allowing it. No, you're not allowing Jack. Do you? Never mind. We are explorers, not warriors. Excuse. And that is why and that is why you fail. That Zach North specialist was a dick. He was. I
like it when Raymond says that because it just reveals like what a kind person Raymond is. I don't think I've ever heard Raymond call anyone a dick before in his life. Like since I've known him for almost a year, Raymond's like nice to everyone. He's like, that guy was a dick. That's when you know the guy was truly a dick.
Indeed. I love it. Wesley saves the day again by cheating with a widget. He just happened to be available. Shut up, Wesley. Um, they, uh, they sure have stupid games in the future. Yes,
Yeah.
they do. Yeah, that's a good point as well. Uh, Delaski egging her pet project Jada is getting old. This time, she gets him to do something he doesn't want to do and is getting old. Yes,
Yep.
true. His circular argument on Riker's technique was hilarious.
Yep.
Let's see, did I miss anybody? Go
Agreed.
back.
Raymond agreed. It's just like that was just like fan service because the letters were pouring in and people were just they didn't want any more of Delaski and they didn't want any more of her bullying of Data and yeah, and those letters worked.
The great LT Lord Thought Buddy D plus. I remember when first watching this, hating the episode on rewatch recently. It wasn't as bad as I remembered. Still not good. It is revealed how bad Picard is at starship tactics and strategy.
Yeah.
Yes, and the way he was speaking in glowing terms of how great Riker is. Like, yeah, shut up. Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, he just completed the baked potato incident. He didn't put any bacon or sour cream or anything on them, and he was like the prime idiot of the baked potato episode. So he's don't give
Yes.
me your speeches, your pee-hard speeches about what a great leader and captain Riker would be. You know, no, the
Yes,
Decker
indeed.
unit blew it.
Indeed, absolutely. Mr. Angel, rate F. Cheating in a war game, dumbest plot idea ever in Star Trek.
Mhm.
That will definitely not work for real. Calling it improvisation made me scream.
Right?
I can't blame you. It's poo poo. Um, bu- 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 bu-
Words have
Pete-
meaning. Respect the meaning of words.
Indeed. PCAT says C, not terrible and can rewatch. Unlike the season,
We're
finale
getting to
of
there,
season two.
Peacat.
I don't know why PCAT. Whatever do you mean? JC Kirk, 7.5 gullible engineers out of 10.
So about the same grade I gave it.
Pretty much, probably. This episode teaches Wesley it's okay to lie and cheat.
Yeah.
What a cadet education.
Yeah.
A brilliant man who is amazing with his fingers. Now, that's what I call peak performance.
That's pretty good, JT. I actually really like that.
If I want B. Arthur, I'll watch Maud, not the bad Pulaski episode. Pulaski is a humorless Maud. Can't grade it. That's a grading in of itself, sir.
Take a bow. Take a bow, hungry boy. Take a bow. That was great.
Captain James H. Skywalker C. The writers were ready for vacation. Too bad they didn't give it more time and it could have been easily a B plus.
Yeah.
I hear you there. Enigmatica Drop Bear. You want to go for that one, number one?
Sure. Enigmatic Drop Bear. He's giving the whole episode a B, and he's got a two-parter for us, folks. A war game story was an excellent way to progress the Borg and Neutral Zone unrest story arcs. Some of the characterizations were good, but the story flow was uneven. 2 of 2. The emergence of the Ferengi was clumsy. There was potential for using this story beat to further build tension. Overall, this episode was a bit of a lost opportunity. Well wrought, as usual, enigmatic Drop Bear, and articulate, as usual, and salient, as usual. I totally agree. I think that this had all the raw material. I wanted to give it a much higher grade, but they goofed with it way too much. And here you can also see how Patrick Stewart's voice is getting a little bit louder behind the scenes, and we're going to talk about that a little bit next week when we talk about his whining and complaining about having to wear spandex. I have to wear a costume when I pretend. Gene Roddenberry's mean.
And they call him Scoop Up Pete's as a C. If I had a nickel for every time I was allowed back into the lab for leaving an experiment going, seriously, it just felt so choppy. Yeah, that's a good point. Absolutely,
Pete, you're brilliant. I love you. I love you.
Indeed, Suba. You're on an Axamanda Bear. I give it a B plus. There were Ferengi and Data was doing cool stuff. Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough. And maybe I should have upped my grading a little bit just for seeing Lenny and not Lenny, Squiggy, and and Quark. But anyway, Kalel of 48. B minus. Some
Same grade
interesting
as me.
ideas. Yep. Oh, there you go. Interesting ideas, he says. Well, oops. Were explored in this episode, but they were poorly executed. Data beating the arrogant Kalrami at his own game was great, though, or or tying him, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, hungry boy. Don't tell Steve Mitchum that he hates my Carson impression.
Yeah, Kal-El, I totally agree. It's like all the raw material was here to make something really great, and you smile a few times and you think, oh man, wouldn't it have been cool if they would have done this and if they would have done this, and
yep, just didn't work out that way. Let's see. Scuba also says cheated, which comes from the Greek Wesley sucks.
Wesley Suckacus.
Oh, my goodness, everyone. We have a bulletin coming in from the CLOBBERIN Time News Network. Welcome from the front desk of the news desk. I'm kind of drunk here. Sorry. This is Walter Conquatch reporting from Starfleet Central News on the planet Wesley Sucks. This is the internet. But there's an internet now. I didn't know what happened. I don't know what happened to the regular Walter Conquatch. Yes, he's busy right now, so I'll report for him. It seems, everyone, that there is a news report president coming across the galaxy wide that says, in fact, Wesley sucks. To repeat again, Wesley sucks. We will keep you up to date with more exciting news from the galactic, whatever they call it, news. Oh, by the way, Wesley sucks. Never mind. I don't even remember the rest of the report. Something to do about some Wesley sucking or something like that. Welcome. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Back to your regularly scheduled CLOBBERIN times.
Well, Lord Thoth is loving this. He says, wait, I forgot to turn off my science experiment. In other words, dinner. And snortopupus. That is actually how you spell stratagema in Greek. I'm very proud of you. You spelled it correctly. Yes. Wonderful.
Well done indeed, son. Sorry about that, folks. Sometimes the feed gets interrupted and it goes to the Galactic News Wire.
LT loved it
again. Oh my, I'm so sorry. I can't see the current chat because I have it stopped for reading reviews. Well, we have our wonderful friend, Anti-Derivative Jill. So please go for it.
Anti-Derivative Jill. She is a fellow nerd. I love nerds, and I love the way that nerds' brains work. Anti-Derivative Jill. She's got a 6-parter. And Captain, looks like she is giving this episode a B-, same grade as I gave. She says, laser tag, yay! It's a fun all-around, supported by Geordie's wit, Worf's guile, and Wes's dirty cheating. There's this painting with a moon in the foreground and planets that I want. I'm annoyed Picard says Starfleet isn't a military when that's its primary foundation. The goal is peaceful exploration and diplomacy, but through a military structure and necessary defenses. Yeah, exactly. You're reaching out, right? You don't know it's going to reach back. You can't be like, oh, hi, we sent some housewives and we sent some Mr. Moms. 3 of 6. My main issue isn't just how Wes cheats, but that he didn't inform Riker of his plan first, and Riker is okay with it. Yeah, like LT said, excuse me, I'm just going to go back to the ship.
Yeah.
4 of 6. Picard finally defends Riker's command style, and Pulaski finally apologizes to Data for treating him like a tool all this time. Yes. It's a fitting end to their relationship. She's sorry. Yeah.
Fair enough, yeah.
5 of 6. This episode has one of my favorite quotes on failure. It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not weakness. That is life. See how
Good
nerds always think the same way? Well, not always, but usually. 6 of 6, Jill says, how will the Enterprise defeat the Borg when they can't even notice Ferengi approaching from further away? Yeah, I said the same thing. Why aren't the long range sensors on? Anyway, how did they obtain their security codes? Yeah, that's the thing. How did Worf get their security codes? Weird. We
I don't
don't
know.
find out. Still a fun episode. Yes. Take a bow, beautiful. That was excellent. Wonderful. That was an Esh pick. Epic.
Indeed. Now, Phantom Outsider, I've got your number 2 right here. I can't find your number 1 comment anywhere. I don't understand it. Hang on. I'm going to look for it again, but I can't find it. I'm going slowly backtracking.
Well, something interesting is going on in the chat while you look for that, Captain, because Lord Thoth has let out a meow. So I'm not sure if that's meow or meow. We're not sure.
It's finally got it. And the
Oh,
reason why...
Oh, sorry to interrupt you, boss
okay.
man. Anti-derivative Jill says, thank you, Raquel, and happy to finally understand that Esh is a person. Yes, Esh Singh is a part of our community. He's on the Global Geek Gang, and he used to come to this show all the time, but because he lives across the pond, it's extremely difficult for him to stay up. Like, he was drinking like 2 or 3 monster drinks just to stay up with us, and it wasn't good for him. So I'm happy that Esh is probably tucked into bed right now.
Probably is.
One day you'll meet him.
Phantom, I don't have one of your comments numbered. This is all I could find. If this is not your number 1 one, I don't know what it is. I mean, the best strategy is opening the bay doors and have the poop Zen money blown out when it hits the other ship's view screen. They will be blinded. No one will want to clean up the poop off. Look, I can't find...
I hate that when that happens on YouTube, and it happens more often than it should. I don't like it when comments are just vaporized, especially when they're super, super innocent comments and you know the wrenches haven't done anything to them, and yet they're vaporized.
Yeah, I'm slowly coming back down. And well, I'm going to go with Sandra's, and then I'm going to try to get to yours, Phantom. Okay. Sandra, B, cheating is rewarded. Nice lesson. Sure, let the kid just carry a dangerous experiment through the ship, bringing the Kohlrami down. That Kohlrami down a peg was great, though. Yes,
agreed. Yeah, agreed, Sandra. That's agreed. Like, and I think that's the high point that we all cheer for. We're like, hey, why didn't we have more of this? I don't think we needed that Wesley thing in there. I don't think we ever need the Wesley thing in there, though.
No, we never need any Wesley thing.
This breaking news. Wesley sucks.
Wesley sucks. Yes. Glenzer, hello there. Good to see you.
Good evening.
I don't know. Can't find it.
Yeah, LT can't find it either. Is LT wrenching tonight?
He has a wrench, but I mean, it's not. I mean, he's. I don't look, Phantom. I'm sorry, dude. I see 2. The expert reviewed Rivers' file. Wow, need a better expert. Did he review the season 1, 2, and 2? Rivers had a few successes. Did it mention River has no problem cheating? Who's River? You mean Riker?
Yeah, it's probably autocorrect. I would venture a guess that Phantom Outsider is on his phone Riker tonight because it's the stupid autocomplete.
Well, buddy, you know I love you, man, but I can't find the damn first one there. But if I get the third one, I'll cry. But I just apologize about it. I don't know, because I went pretty thorough. I mean, and I've got the thing right up in my face this time. I'm right, 2 inches from the damn screen when I can actually see it for a change.
Captain,
yes.
I beg your pardon, Captain, but Mark D with a C has just broken in and said it is not there. I did a search test, and it must have been nuked.
Sorry, Phantom. I don't know what happened, man. It could have been YouTube doing that. No one would nuke it on purpose. So
yeah, no, our wrenches are great. Eric's here, and Lord Thoth is here, and Mark's here. These are very experienced, well-known people in our community.
Well, if you want to just reiterate what you had to say for part 1, dude, we only have that episode pretty much in that other one, dude. We got plenty of time, so
yeah, honey, we got plenty of time for you.
Go for it, buddy. Let's see here. Maybe somebody sent me
LT.
Thank you, Eric. Appreciate you, bro. And thanks, Mark. Max Redstone says C+. This was a crappy war game. The only thing Kohlrami could outmaneuver might be a rice cake. I couldn't possibly give this higher a grade unless Wesley bled or suffered. That is fair enough, sir.
Yeah, right, Snortopoopus? That's totally true, Mr. Cuber. I'm going to send you some chin scritches because you're a good bear.
Now we got one. There we go. Thank you, Mark. Mark sent it for me. Phantom Outsider, 1 of 3. Okay, good. I got your this one, so I'll get your number 3 in a second. And it C. He gives it a C. An interesting concept. Let me pull my phone over here. An interesting concept, but they know the Borg are technologically more advanced than an 80-year-old ship. Yeah, that's a good point. The Borg are very clean and are vulnerable to poop zambonis. And I've already way past the second one. I'm already way past your second one, but I do have number 3 here, my friend. And here we go. Data beating or frustrating the expert by not playing to win, but play to tie. So it was a flashy version of tic-tac-toe. Since they're considered such great strategists, Worf should have hit him.
Isn't it also a chess move, though, too? Like, wasn't that I don't play chess. My husband is a chess instructor, but I don't play chess, and I didn't ask him about that. But I seem to remember that that's something that they do in chess. If we have any chess players in the chat tonight, would you please chime in on that? But I'm pretty sure that that's also a strategy in chess where you don't play to win, you play to paralyze someone so that they have to concede. And I think it involves time. I think it involves time and moves. I'm not sure though. I don't play chess, but I play backgammon though. I'm really good at backgammon.
Well, I played that in years.
Greek.
I love backgammon. I'm no good at it, but I love it. Monica D with a C. Brother B loved the premise of the episode of Picard versus Riker. The bad Wesley cheat, put him out of the airlock.
This is Mark D with the C, okay? This is like one of the kindest Star Trek fans you'll ever meet, and he's now calling for the airlocking of Wesley.
Well, you did give it a B. That's so he was at least he's being nice on that one.
Yes, yeah.
2 of 3. The Ferengi appearing out of nowhere in a military exercise was too convenient. Oh, that really annoyed me. Wouldn't they hold the exercise in secure Federation space? The whole thing with the Hathaway didn't make any sense to me. It's a dumb-looking ship anyway with 4 nacelles, and it's just I don't get that ship, and I don't get why it's out there, and they just left it out there for 80-something years, or they just found it, or what the hell. I don't know. It's just dumb.
It's weird.
Shoddy writing. Is Data showing emotion by losing self-confidence? The combat scenes were well done with some great banter. Would have given the episode a better rating to see Data and Kalrami play Stratego. I haven't played Stratego in forever. I love Stratego.
Oh, Lord Thoth is chiming in on my question, and I think some others are as well. Our resident chef, Mr. Angel, yes, a stalemate exists in chess. I play at high level. It's possible to go for kings only, which locks the game. And then our wonderful LT says stalemate. A draw is a legit score of a chess game. Forcing blitz matches to resolve drawn games is making a bigger mockery of a tournament than the draw itself. Okay, so now they're starting to talk political chess. Go for it in the chat. Have a blast. I have to listen to a lot of chess expertise all the time. I realize that's a complicated subject. I just wanted confirmation. Thank you for confirming, my fellow geeks.
Well, you're all just amazing. You are. Wolfie 762 says, 1 of 3. B-. I do like this episode overall, but it has some problems. The idea of testing their skill in battle this way is fun and plays out nicely later on. Rating better than good. You cheat. Maybe this is why Wes lies about the Red Squad demo team at the Academy. He's a little weasel, is what he is.
Yeah.
Of course, the poop Zamboni controls are the same as the finger doodads from the Stratagema console.
Stand up and take a bow. Stand up and take a bow. Ow, ow, ow! Wolfie!
Oh, my goodness. Did I miss it? Look, Raymond, I did not see your number 4. You had a number 4? I thought you had 3.
We'll find it.
I'm backtracking now. Sorry, folks.
We got lots of time tonight.
Yeah, we got time. Yeah, but I could have swore you didn't have 4. Did you tell me how many you were going to have? I'm on it, Raymond. Oh, there it is. Okay. 4-4. Okay, you did. Weird. I guess it was just so far down from your other one. Okay, I got you, Raymond. I got you, Raymond. Armin, the Ferengi still need work. We need to see more of the Riker Wolf command team.
Yeah.
They were well suited together. Why am I looking at the wrong screen? Okay. All in all, a decent episode, to paraphrase Data. Let's bust them up.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. We'll see. All right. We got Mark. We got Wolfie. Let me see if I'm missing anybody else.
I love, while you're doing that, I'm going to read Hungry Boys.
Go
He
for it.
says, at Mr. Angel, our resident chef, so if you were going to make a Wesley recipe, you have to use 0% fat milk over boiled rice, sugar water, non-alcoholic fake vanilla extract, and oat flakes. Hungry Boy, I love this. I love this. I love this. This is great. And now they're all talking about how you totally spoil a decent chess match. I love it. I love nerds and geeks. Please continue to nerd and geek. I love it.
Oh, Mr. Angel. I didn't get Mr. Angel today. Hang on, Mr. Angel. I'm getting there. It's so far down from the other ones here. I think I did. Wait. Oh, let's see here. Okay. Mr. Angel, I think a 3 of 3. I never saw your first two. Don't tell me it's doing that again.
Yeah, I think stuff's getting nuked tonight, which is not good because we have a very, like, I wouldn't even say this is a PG chat. We have like a G chat. Like, what's going on? Like, people here, like, we use poop zamboni, so people don't even use profanity. So I don't understand why things would be getting nuked. You know, we're all adults here and we talk like adults. There's no potty humor here or anything. So it's really upsetting that they're nuking comments.
I'm going back to look for what Mr. Angel had here, and I saw your number 3 there, Mr. Angel.
And, I think we got it mixed up. He just said, no, not mine, the one you missed and read now. So I think it's okay.
Oh, okay. I saw him saying something about.
Thank you, Chef.
3 of 3 there. Thank you, sir.
He's like, no, I only had one comment.
Okay.
Thank you, Chef.
That's cool. No, thank you so much. Now, I hope we got everybody because we're about to move on to the next scintillating episode.
Oh, geez. Oh, this is pain.
Who's ready for the next thrilling episode?
Pain. Is this my ascension? Is this my Klingon ascension ceremony?
Yes. Yeah, are you ready?
All right. Let's stay copyright compliant. I'm going to be reading excerpts extemporaneously from the text Star Trek 365, The Next Generation, written by Paula M. Block, and she gets a bit of help from her husband, Terry J. Erdman. Although she's the chief writer here, she writes a lot of Star Trek books, and she's pretty darn good at it. Really good researcher and really great facts. And of course, this book was blessed by Ronald D. Moore. We are on page 1 or brick or block 115, Shades of Grey. I also call this episode That Time They Used Jean's Menagerie Idea but Completely Screwed It Up. That's the alternate title for that. So Shades of Grey, That Time They Used Jean's Menagerie Idea but totally screwed it up. Season 2, episode 22. We all watched this, sadly, we all watched this on July 17th, 1989. Troy and Pulaski force Riker to relive his most primitive memories of survival in the hopes that he will eradicate a deadly microorganism that has invaded his brain. Picture a crowded freeway. A driver sees something and steps on his brakes, causing a brake light to flash. The drivers behind him, seeing those lights, tap their own brakes, and so on down the line. Is this a Breck commercial? That's a 70s joke. A chain reaction. Traffic slows until a minute later, and a mile back, it comes to a near standstill. Then, hopefully, movement picks up. Picture Shades of Grey, the last car of the season, slowing, coming to a full stop and stalling. So, what prompted those brake lights? There were four obstacles on the road. Excuses, excuses. Time. The writer's strike early in the season led to a slow start. Material and struggling to catch up, the producers never managed to bank some scripts for the future. And money. The Borg episode Q Who assimilated a large portion of the year's budget. And time, which left the underfunded final episode only 3 Ultra 30 shooting days. So, yeah, but why didn't you just stick with the insects? Why make Borg? Who said that Borg would be cheaper? That's the reason, you guys. Ugh. But as they say, the show must go on. They did have a final script. Then script coordinator Eric Stillwell recalls. So Maurice Hurley put together this really rough framework for a story and said to me, you will need to watch every episode we've done so far and write down the time codes for the scenes that would fit into these Riker dream sequences. I spent 8 hours that week scanning through the episodes, finding clips so the producers could pick which ones to plug in. That's the genesis of this money-saving clip show. In the end, the producers utilized clips from 19 episodes, but that wasn't their only cost-cutting calculation. That's true because it's a bottle episode also. Surrounding the clips was a bottle show using only the regular cast and a few extras with no extra expense guest stars and placed primarily on two sets, the transporter room and sick bay, ensuring minimal setup time and camera moves during the rushed shooting schedule. By their very nature, bottle shows and clip shows are prone to certain pitfalls. And with its wafer-thin plot, Shades of Grey was unable to steer clear. The director and editor had to stretch the new footage out to fill the broadcast hour, inserting an inordinate number of unnecessary shots, like like repeatedly showing O'Brien at the transporter controls, superfluous takes, Picard entering and exiting sick bay, and it goes on for longer than usual. Such pacing, which absorbs precious slices of time, would in other episodes be unthinkable. Wow, this entire paragraph, I was just praising her, and she has like 5 M dashes and like 50 commas in this paragraph. It's so weird to read. Anyway, the average TNG episode traditionally shot for 7 days. Shades of Grey was a 3-day shoot. And one wonders whether Riker's joking statement may not have been a scripted commentary about the process. My grandfather once got bit by a rattlesnake, he says. After 3 days of intense pain, the snake died. Much like this script finale. Postscript. For his stalwart efforts behind the scenes, Eric Stillwell received his first on-screen credit, researcher. And that is all the block text has to say about Shades of Grey. Clubby, what did you think of the block coverage and what did you think of this episode?
The one thing that makes this episode better than it was back in 1998?
89.
89, sorry. Even better. You know what the one episode thing that makes it better? Look, you can fast forward through the sumbitch.
Or you could do what I do, which is whenever I watch this episode, because I watch every year, I do laundry for this one. So
you
this
can do
is where
anything.
I go check the dryer, bring up the towels, load the dishwasher.
Ironcaster buddy, good to see you.
Hey, Ironcaster, nice to see you.
Yeah, the Clips episode, folks, or as I call it, Shades of Clips.
Yeah.
Or Clips of Grey, whatever you want to call it.
Clips of Grey.
Yeah. Look, this, like I said, we really only had one, as crappy as the last one was to some of us, though some liked it. We only really had one episode tonight to do.
Yeah, it's true.
We've done all the other ones.
Yep.
They're just crammed into this crap. The frame up for the frame for the clips is just boring crap. Alaric Harrison, good to see you.
Hey, Alaric, nice to see you.
Hey there. It's just boring drivel that just time waster. How about just don't even make an episode at this point? Like, seriously, don't even do it. Why bother?
Well, that's Maurice Hurley, and remember, he's the gentleman who had the cojones to walk over to Gene Roddenberry and say, "Look, we don't really want you here anymore. Why don't you take Magell on a nice little trip? We don't really want you in control of the writers' room anymore. Bye."
Well,
And this is how he writes. Maurice Hurley, not my favorite person.
oh my God. Well, look, and yes, the bad emotions can kill these things. Are they related to the spores from this side of paradise? I don't know. Um, and who cares? I mean, uh, you're seeing crappy clips, usually mostly from crappy episodes, and they're not even. And I don't know. It doesn't help with the boredom. In other words, like you're seeing, they're cutting their like quick shots of
Yep.
different action sequences from other episodes because violent things going on or what have you, and they're just as boring as they were in the episodes themselves for the most part.
Yep.
And this, I don't know. I think the only relief from the episode is when you're seeing one of those things, you can just kind of tune out, as opposed to seeing Troy standing over Riker for however many minutes, 20 some odd minutes.
And assisting the doctor in her deductive reasoning towards
Yeah.
treatment practices. It's quite intriguing. Yeah.
So bad. This is how do you call? I was about to say one of the worst, maybe one of the worst episodes, but is it an episode? It's like 20 some. I guess what is it? 20 something minutes of it is quote unquote the episode. The rest are clips.
Yep.
The clips aren't interesting. Now I've seen Buck Rogers did an episode like that. I've seen a couple of shows do that. Back then, it was a thing, I guess, that people would do, and I didn't like it when they did it in that one either. And
Yeah.
it's just cheap. It's stupid. And even if you're a fan of a show, as soon as they do that, you're like, and by the way, I've never seen that I've only seen that on some American shows. Not even that many of them, but back
It's
then it was some kind of a thing.
it's corporations, because let that be your last battlefield, running in the hall.
For like
Forever
4
running in
hours.
the
Yeah,
hall.
yeah, yeah.
Let's run in the hall. Hey, we have this episode. Let's run in the hall. It's a corporate thing. It's corporate Star Trek, and it's horrible to watch. It's terrible. And corporate Star Trek isn't good when it's old or when it's new. We don't like it.
It's never
We
good.
don't
Yeah.
like it. It's also why we
Sucks.
don't like TOS season 3. No one does, because it wasn't controlled by DC Fontana and Gene Roddenberry. It was corporate Star Trek.
Canadian Spidey. Good to
Oh,
see you there,
hey,
buddy.
sweetie, you're
Hey, hey, hey.
here. Mwah, mwah,
Uh,
mwah. Hey.
Like Mark Dean with a C said, let's see, some of the clips don't even make sense. Plus, what about Riker and the fight with his dad? I don't
Yeah,
know.
if you were going to really rile him up, why wouldn't you show pictures or show footage from his arguing and fighting with his dad?
Narada Max Amanda Bear, well, we're not ready for the ratings yet, but no, Lower Decks is not Star Trek, so we can't criticize that here because this is a show about Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
It's true.
Since it's not legitimate Star Trek, there would be no, that would be like us critiquing an episode of the Brady Bunch. It would be,
Yes.
doesn't belong here. So there you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's filth. So
Mm-hmm.
no filth here. Anyway,
Mhm.
Angie Drew with the Jill. It's interesting. I guess clip shows aren't always bad. I've never seen one that I thought was really that good, other than there was an FF episode of the second season of the animated cartoon, which is only good because there's a decent wraparound story for it. But still, it was fun seeing this.
But
Then again,
the menagerie is good.
they used good clips, but I don't call that a clip episode. I really
But-
don't think it is.
Well, the menagerie, though, is
Maybe it is, if you wanna
was
call it
what happens when an individual, not a corporation, does it because they want to forward ideas, not use a clip episode and combine it with a bottle episode. Because if you combine a clip episode with a bottle episode, and a corporation is doing it instead of an author, the intent is totally different, and the delivery is terrible. Whereas the menagerie, it was like, wow, what a stroke of genius. So when you finally do get to see the cage in 88, 89, you're thinking to yourself, wow, Gene Roddenberry is a genius. They told him his ideas were too progressive, and he found a way to make them broadcast it. So, I mean, I think I would say the menagerie works, but the rest of the
think it's a
time the
clip
corporation does it, it's crap.
I don't consider that to be a clips episode. If you're going to call it one, then yes, it worked there, but it's not clips because it's all one story that they just incorporated,
True.
wrapping another story around. Whereas they used
True.
multiple scenes from multiple episodes on this one. But I mean,
That's true. That's true. And if that's the distinction you make, then yeah, then I
yeah,
agree. I'm just saying that when there's an artist behind it and the
yeah,
artist has a purpose, it can be a truly beautiful thing. But if it's a corporation and then they also
right.
make it a bottle episode, it's like, you guys, like, we're not idiots. We don't want to watch this crap.
Yeah, and also,
like you said earlier, they also picked all the crappiest episodes.
and they're not. There's no story to it. They're just showing you, action sequences here and there. Whereas with the when you have like the menagerie, it takes the cage, which no one had ever seen with outside of there, and it just uses that, and it lets you watch pretty much the whole story.
Agreed.
So yeah. But anyway, JPRPH1. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Hello.
Captain James C. Kirk, Skywalker, sorry, says he said we actually have 4 Steves here.
No way. You know, that means we're going to hear some bad singing that's supposed to sound like bad singing.
I think
the
it's
Canadian
lovely.
joke that will not die. These are the Steves I know. These are the Steves I know. These are the Steves I know. These are the Steves I know.
Yo, I love it, and it's lovely singing. Aloe Carson is asking you, what does a bottle episode mean?
Bottle episode is like when they're not creating anything new. They're making sure that there are no new characters. There are basically no new scenes to create. And so what ends up happening is you're not adding new footage. You're not adding new guest people on. So what ends up happening is you cut the budget significantly. So you start reusing stuff. Sometimes that can include props. That can include sets. It can include footage, like you can see backgrounds reused and so on and so forth. But when you combine it with a clips episode, like where you're reusing old scenes on top of that, wow, it's can be really exhausting for the viewer alike.
Okay, well, notes.
In my notes, as you all know, I read extemporaneously from the block text, so sometimes there's overlap. I put bottle episode and clip show combined. Wow, this is complete poop. Everyone raise your glass. This is the last Pulaski episode. Maurice Hurley's writing sucks. And then I wrote in parenthetical, please use meanwhile back at the Hall of Justice voice when you say, meanwhile, back on the planet adult diaper where they failed to kill Wesley. Boo!
Later at the Hall of Justice.
Yeah, and then I've got Slutty Imzadi Decker Unit Dreams. Gross. One of the worst episodes in Star Trek of all time. And those are all my notes.
Yeah, there's not much to say about it other than yuck, it's lousy. So, all right, number 1, your rating of Clips of Grey is
F-.
Mine too, F-.
Yeah,
actually, F you to Hurley.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yes. So everyone, please, now our wonderful chat, please give us your rating of Clips of Grey.
Right, Mark? Exactly. I can't believe that she actually helps Pulaski use deductive reasoning to decide on the method and course of treatment for an alien infestation of Riker's brain and spinal cord. Yeah. I mean, I'm always happy whenever Troy's cold sore, her Spurpees, chimes in on ways of handling medical procedures. It's wonderful. Spurpees.
Mr. Angel said no rating. I work from memory, and honestly, I cannot even remember this episode, which is telling enough by itself, and it did not even leave or left an impression or a memory. Just lazy episodes. Yes,
yeah,
indeed, Mr. Angel. Thank you. Mega Cropper C, watching in real time, it could be the end of Johnny Fates.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love it, Mega Cropper.
Captain Mr. Skywalker, one of two. F this episode. Sorry, F. Shades of Poopy. My friend calls this one the Family Ties episode because of the flashbacks. Yes, nice.
Good
Nice.
review.
Imagine the writer's room. I think it was closed that week at the beginning of season 7. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was open then. Hey, we've got a story idea for a Pulaski return episode. The room responds, blah. Snort. Yes. Yeah, which just faded away into oblivion. Poor old Pulaski.
Yep.
Kal-El says F-. We gotta see. I think we may see a few more of those. Excuse me. Way to end the season with what's essentially a clip show. Also, if these are Riker's memories, shouldn't we see the events from his point of view? Just downright lazy. Yes, I've always thought that with clips episodes and stuff like that. Kal-El is really dopey.
It does interfere with like the suspension of belief. It does interfere with your ability to be a part of that make-believe world, to enter the make-believe world. Yeah. But yes, corporations love it. It's a great way to save money.
And that's all that matters. Sandra Feliciano D. Make Riker naked to work on the brain. Sure. Bet Troy the thought his romantic feelings were for her. Spurpy. Sure. Carry biohazard material.
Yeah.
A secure container. Yeah, that was it was so stupid. Him holding up when they went and got the spore thingy, whatever the hell it was, and they just holding it. Geordi's like holding it in his hand or whatever, and he's showing it to Picard up to his face. Oh, there you go. Well, it's not going to be. What is wrong with you, idiots?
Really just like how the woman with the master. I just like how the woman with the masters in nursing is so outraged, Clobby. She's like, why is he carrying it out in the open?
Yeah, it's dumb.
It's so dumb,
Sandra. Everything about this episode is dumb.
Yep.
Catman, Didi Myers says, Clobby, I give it a D-. I thought the episode was extremely terrible. You're right. The only good thing is that you can fast forward. I fast forward. Look, folks, I haven't watched it since it came on in 1989 or whatever. And this time I freaking fast forwarded through the stupid clips that I didn't want to watch again. And I barely paid attention to the shit that wasn't a clip. Screw this crap. I just like that you and Didi Myers came together over your fast forwarding. Yep. Just fast forward it. Fast forward to the stupid clips. I already sat through them before and they're dumb then.
Yeah. Especially going back to Planet Adult Diaper. Did we really have to do that?
Oh, so bad. They truly could have improvised the story greatly if they tried. But they don't. Yeah,
so true.
Care. They didn't care. They just wanted to get out for a while. They wanted to leave. Snort a Poopas Cuber F-. Suddenly the transporter can't filter out an infection after being able to de-age people and recombine split personalities. And never mind this. The episode is just a boring budget saver. Thank you, sir.
Jill and I love you for saying that. And Clobby too. All three of us absolutely hate Magic Transporter. And Boss Man, Keely Chow just walked through the door.
Keely Chow, roll tide. You did roll today, didn't you, you little tide rollers? Good to see you. And let's see here. What do we have? Oh, Phantom Outsider. F. If they have any creativity or any budget, they should have added clips of Riker as a kid, being told his mom had passed him, breaking up with Troy, him in his quarters lamenting Minuet. And they didn't show her, but there's a good point. They didn't show anything with any emotional impact. Just him getting in fights and stupid dopey crap. Yeah. Wow, your next one is like miles down there, dude. I will get to it when I can.
Yeah, but Phantom Outsider, it really is about framing it, isn't it? It's about framing it and making it sincere. And in this way, it's not sincere. We're not falling for it.
Hey, Pat S. brother.
Hey, Pat.
Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. They have failed in Star Trek Star Trek ING that week. To the last ep, if Squiggy for the last Squiggy said, "Hello, are you having hello, how are ya?" I would have given that episode a B. If Starfleet isn't a military organization, why have ranks?
Yeah.
Because the writers are rank.
Yep.
Just,
Chloe, that's a good one.
the writing is rank. How about that? Sorry.
Yeah.
Man, I've got to find your number 3, but I hope it. There we go. This episode was them cleaning out the poop Zamboni by putting in reverse and driving over the film. Let's all play with the predatory vine, and we can all relive our bad clips. 5 more shows, no cost.
No cost.
Yes, sir. We'll get back up to the top here. I'm getting there, folks. I don't want to miss anybody.
I don't know where anti-derivative Jill's comment went, but
here.
she was like, hey, it's a completely different one. She's like, hey, don't you guys have like film quality replay of your life's memories? I don't know what happened to that comment, but she put that in the chat. It's hysterical. I read that. I don't know where it is now, but I love you, Jill.
I guess this is the TikTok episode, folks. Oh, boy. J.T. Kirk, C-. The prequel to the 50 Shades trilogy, episode 48. Shades of Grey plays with themes on pain and mental and emotional struggles, but fails to capture the audience like the books, just 2 numbers greater.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't read them, but
me neither.
This episode does kind of belong with them, though, from what I know of those things. This episode fits right in with them, actually, when we talk about bad writing. So,
yep.
R.N. Feliciano Raymond. 1 of 2 F, 0 of 5 malevolent alien organisms yet again. This should be shades of boredom. The old flashback trope. The old flashback trope that seems to be the trend in the late 80s and 90s is very old and lazy story writing. Mm-hmm. It is in absolutely concur, Raymond. And once again, Counselor Obvious having emotogasm. And Dulaski, I bet you're gonna miss her, Raymond. Save the day again. Sigh. Sadly, ending the season on a very low note. Let's get it on to season 3. We're getting there, brother. So the great Lord Thoth, LT, buddy. F this lazy episode. No, F lazy writing to do an awful episode using the worst clips from 2 awful seasons. Yeah. This episode, not even like some of the few good ones. They didn't even use like any good stuff, like with Borgs, and they just used crap. They didn't even try to let's at least use a clip here and there that was good. Let's just use boring crap. This episode is found guilty and sentenced to Q's court for eternal damnation. Yes, sir. Wolfie. 1 of 4 rating, F-, poop Zamboni. This is a poop combine, harvesting good and bad nuggets from the past and spraying them across half the quadrant.
I love you. I love you so much.
The Skid Row of episodes. Poop skid. Yes, but also meaning we've found the home planet of Audrey, too. Yeah, Audrey, too, yeah. That would have been way more fun than this dumb rump. Sorry, dumb rump. No, dumb rump. This is dump. Sorry. Through nonsensical clips.
Love it.
I think Chief O'Brien should have pressed whatever button they did on the transporter in the beginning of Star Trek: The Motion Picture, or Paul. Oh, they always going to give me these weird words. Polaski's trip.
Pulaski's, baby.
Or she. You got me, dude. Thanks a lot, Wolfie. What are you trying to do to me?
These are that new words.
This is so bad that the giant Armus runny poo slick from 25 episodes ago came back to chew on Riker once again. It
did.
Yes, sir.
It did. That was so bad to watch.
Hungry Boy says the episode was cheaper than Fred G. Saban's interior decorating budget. I'll press your face in some dough and make gorilla cookies.
Yeah.
The Tinker Toy MRI machine says it all. rating lower than Pulaski's popularity. That's pretty bad there. Thank you.
Wolfie says, I was going to say pool ass he's.
Cool. Okay. Fair enough.
That's okay, Wolfie. I understand. Autocorrect, autocomplete. Not
Fair enough.
fun. And I just appreciate the fact that you keep this whole Zamboni thing going with me and several others so that there isn't too much profanity or potty humor and, and just being super negative. It keeps it really sweet and fun and it's hysterical that we're doing this in the community. So I appreciate it. Ow, ow,
Indeed.
ow!
Indeed. And now we have our wonderful antiderivative Jill. Take it away, number one.
Hello, gorgeous. Hi, my fellow nerd. So she has an Esh pick. It's a 6-parter. Esh would be proud. And believe it or not, the great antiderivative Jill, nerd, has given this thing an F. She says, O'Brien teasing Pulaski about the transporter coordinates is hilarious, but beaming Riker back up the ship when they don't know whether he'd be infectious to the whole crew is not. 2 of 6. This could have been solved by setting up a makeshift medical tent on the planet to operate on Riker rather than risking the crew or using a shuttlecraft like in Unnatural Selection. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
3 of 6. The microbe itself is potentially intriguing, but I can't forget it when they make Geordi an idiot by saying only he knows where Riker was. The transporter collected the coordinates on beam up. Yes, that is true. And also, Jill, why does he take an authoritative tone with Riker too? I don't like the fact where he's like, "Well, I'm sorry, Riker, but you're going to have to follow protocols." 4 of 6.
It's pretty silly with the way Jordan talked to him. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt, right, Captain? And then 4 of 6, she says, Data's tricorder is malfunctioning. He says there is no living animal life in a 50-kilometer radius. Birds tweeting. Yeah, you could hear the birds tweeting. I noticed that too. It's so annoying. It's so bad. 5 of 6. Kids, the word of the day is rhizomatus. But shouldn't it be rhizomatic? I believe it should be rhizomatic. And I think it's weird that they use that. Well, because it's the root word is rhizome, right? Which means that it doesn't need roots to grow. It can grow off of itself. It's rhizomatic. Anyways, which just means the plant has a root structure. No, rhizomatic means like that it like continually makes roots on roots on roots on roots. So like without having the need for a main structure. Anyways, thanks, Data. It may be the only thing I learned in this episode. Can we just move on to season 3 now? Yes,
We're
exactly.
getting there. We're getting there.
6 of 6. A haiku. A boring clip show. Make Riker sad to save him. Sorry, Pulaski. 6 of 6. A haiku. A boring clip show. Make Riker sad to save him. Sorry, Pulaski. Take a bow, gorgeous. Take a bow, gorgeous.
Indeed. Well done, Jill.
That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful.
Yes, indeed. We love you, Jill. We appreciate you. F says Scuba Pete. I see shades of gray. Deanna Troy's blue. This episode sucks for me and you.
Oh my
and
God.
I say to myself, what a lousy episode. I say to myself, this episode sucks. Sorry. Your fault, Scuba Pete, that I said. Your fault. I hope you're proud of yourself.
This is beautiful. You and Scuba just made the whole night. First of all, that was some great singing, Captain.
Nah.
I absolutely loved it. That was wonderful.
I was unprepared.
And Scuba Pete, I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. We've even got an OMFG from the chef in the chat.
I couldn't do my Sachmo. I let you down.
No, it was great. It was great.
PCAT, I rate this a G for growth. I know writer strike, but it's still, yes. No, that's no excuse.
And it's the height, I think, of hubris to not have a little kitty filled with stories. Like, they should still be accepting stories. I don't understand why they had no stories at the ready. You can't be turning things down to that point. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure there was like a flood there were a flood of scripts coming their way. So the fact that they didn't have anyone there vetting them and making a little pile of some suck and this could suck less with
Yeah.
help, that's a little wow. All right,
Well,
Maurice, you really think you're something else.
it's not like you haven't slapped together a lousy, boring piece of crap that you didn't think of, you put any thought into before. You could have done it this time and filled up an episode of
Yeah,
with poopy instead of clips, but okay.
yeah,
Poopy did it with poopy clips. Nirat Anaximandabere, sorry.
yeah.
It's a clear F. If we need to save room on the hard drive, just delete this one. That's absolutely Nirat. Thank you for
Yes,
that.
Nira, just hit delete.
Uh Enigmatic Drop Bear, take it away, number one.
Oh, enigmatic drop bear. Oh boy, we're getting an F, and we've got a two-parter. Contractual obligations notwithstanding, they could have saved money and reputation by not making this slipshod shambles of an episode. 2 of 2. This is the antithesis of what a season capstone should be trying to achieve. In other words, encouraging your viewers to return. Aside from being Star Trek, this episode had no redeeming qualities. Well wrought, salient, articulate, as per usual. Love you. Thank you.
Indeed. Eric K. the Bronze Surfers. Yeah. D-. I was surprised. Pulaski did not just beam him up regardless. Troy is amazing. She tells P-Hard how to do any command decision to telling the doctor what to do. Almost amazing as Wesley. Yeah,
right, Eric?
She should just probably be the captain at this point.
Yeah. Like, it's so preposterous. And the thing that I don't like, I think it's a really, 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 like arrogant move to make a bottle episode with a clip episode. And because there was nothing here. There's nothing here. And even if we would have had like, get rid of the whole idea of the bottle episode, just do the clips episode. That would have been bad enough. And maybe instead of just making it a rhizome, like just this throbbing root on the planet's surface, we could have had some type of creature or something, at least, even if it was somebody in a suit. The person doesn't have to speak. I mean, just how cheap do you want to make it? Cheap enough that this is how you want to ruin the second season? I agree with our chat. I think it's really stupid. And who said it? Was it Enigmatic Drop Bear who called it a capstone? I totally agree. That was just dumb. And it was too cheap. It was too cheap of a call.
Indeedishness, absolutely. Pat S is a D- here. Show this episode to a person who has never seen TNG before. Yeah. If they agree to watch more, you have a fan for life. Yeah, good one. If they eat a big meal before they watch it and don't puke, and lend them season 2 season on DVD. Yes. Sir. That's absolutely right. Let's see. I know we've got almost everybody, but here we go with the great Marco D with a C. I don't know what is this with this weird sign language you gave me, dude? I don't know what all right. How many of these is that the only rating? Usually you do an epic for me. All right, here we go. I don't know what that rating means. Mark D with a C, dude. What's wrong with you? Let's say something or other equals -1. Is that, man? All right, I want you to hold up your right arm. Stretch out your hand and make a hand. Put it behind your head, and then smack yourself, bonk, bat on the head, bad kid.
But you have to read the sentence afterwards because it explains why, Captain.
Oh, well, I jumped the gun. I just wanted to aggravate Mark D with a second. Rating is an imaginary number since it's so bad. Does this even qualify as an episode?
Yes.
Bad emotion save Riker. How about the pain the episode inflicts? It killed a bunch of my brain cells, which explains why I didn't understand what you were running there. It killed mine before it killed yours. Thank you, Mark D with a C. I was like, what in the hell is that? Then he explained it. But I couldn't wait for the explanation. I was already perplexed. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you, boy?
Oh, Canadian Spider-Man, that's so incredibly kind of you to say.
What did he say?
Oh, he gave us a super chat. You'll
Oh,
get to
well,
it. It's coming
oh,
down
I'm
the
almost
pipe.
there, Spidey.
I love you.
And thank
Mwah,
you so
mwah,
much.
mwah.
Let's see here. I think we I think we're going with our reviews. I think. Let's see.
Snorta poopas.
Yep.
More words. Bear talk. For read
Oh,
the
there it
next
is.
sentence.
There it is. Okay. The chat will, it tends to jump on me there sometimes, folks. Let me go back, make sure I'm all right. Oh, look who's here. Michael Beacom. See, I
Hey,
almost missed you
Michael.
there, buddy. It's good to see you there, certainly. Always like to write the names down of everybody who joins us, and it is good to see you.
Yeah. Oh, he
Let's
was
see here.
having reception trouble earlier, boss man. Captain.
Oh,
Michael
okay.
just said that he was in a
Okay.
place with no reception and he would have liked to have been here earlier. That's okay. We're just happy that you're here now, Michael. Thank you
Oh,
so much.
by the way, thank you, Eric. I see it now. Oh, my chat jumped on me again.
Eric's my
Dang
favorite.
Eric is the man there.
Yeah, he's the best friend ever.
Okay, I'll find that one. Michael Beacom, I'll find that. Let me go and do the. Thank you so much, Canadian Spider-Man,
Look at
for the
this.
super chat. To think all the people who are watching SNL right now, only because they don't know about you. Oh, dude,
I love
you are too kind, my friend. Thank you, Canadian Spidey. You're just a great pal, buddy. Really appreciate
we love you very, very, very much. Thank you so much for supporting Clubby and I as people, and for supporting this channel and this show, and just how you help everybody in the streaming community. You're such a great support to everyone, and one heck of a wrench, baby.
Yeah, appreciate you, Eric, brother. You're the man, and you too, Mark D. You guys always have my back there when I'm missing stuff. These chats fly by sometimes, and when they haven't nuked one, I sometimes just can't find it.
Yep.
And maybe it's still there. I don't know. Michael Beacom, D-. What a way to end a season. At the time, I remember thinking, well, that's it for Star Trek: The Next Gen. Nice try, but they'll be going next week. I was gobsmacked that it got renewed after this. So I've been saying it a lot, especially having to go back to watch this first and second season, Michael. This show is a miracle. Not just to get to not just to have a whole first season. Forget 2 seasons. To have a whole first season, considering how TV was back then. Not a network, it doesn't last past 6-7 episodes. It was syndication that helped it. No question about that.
Yep.
And hey, what can you do? It was syndication that saved the show.
Canadian Spider-Man has sent another super chat.
Oh, was that the second one? Okay. That's the one.
There's another one.
Oh, okay. I'm getting to. So I'm like, see, when I read the reviews and stuff, everybody, I have to freeze the chat on me. So I'm way behind. Let me get to that. Canadian Spidey, dude, man, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate you. He says for $5 super chat, please let me know about CLOBBERIN Con.
Yeah.
CLOBBERIN Con. Well, we wouldn't have it without you. That's for sure. Canadian Spider-Man at steve@gmail.com. Please show me the food in New Orleans. Live long and prosper. Hey, look, as if we would do it without you.
Yeah, I'll be with you. We're going to go and eat. And Pat S. has said that he's going to show us around all the bookstores. So the used bookstores and the antique malls and stuff like that. I don't know what they call it in the United States, Steve. But yeah, we're going to go and look at old comics and places where we can get memorabilia and stuff. So I'm super excited about it. I think we should center it around a con, maybe the next Vegas con. Maybe we should center it around that.
We will see. We will see. Time will tell, my friends. Mr. Tickle Trump, I've seen you in many chats before for the $10 super sticker. Thank you so much.
Wow.
I am just I don't know what to say. Thank you. It is great to see you. I think for the first time ever popped in here, and it is an honor to see you here. We were pleased to see you, and thank you so much for that generous super chat. You
really
were too
kind of you,
my friend.
Yeah, and thank you for supporting the show, and thank you for supporting Clubby's channel.
Since you and all of you have done me the kindness of hanging out with me tonight, I'm going to do you a kindness right now and get rid of this stupid episode off of here because it sucks. Oh, there we go. Yeah. We no longer have to look at clips of gray. Uh, yeah. That wraps up season 2, folks. Oh, thank you, Mr. Tickletron. Thank you for lurking. I appreciate that.
Oh,
Um,
wow, nice.
we usually do, for those who do not know, we usually do 4 per night, and we will continue that. Yes, thank you. Yes, Jill. Bye bye season 2.
Yep.
Before we, before we kick back and put our feet up and just kind of hang out and say, "Boy, a job well done," and all that stuff. Let's all raise a cold one. Let's we will now give a rating. I will get one from a number 1, and I will give mine. Then I will ask all of you your rating of season 2 as a whole.
Oh,
And
I
I mean a
don't have
black
anything
hole.
prepared, but I think I have an
You don't have to
idea.
prepare it; just go for it.
I think I have a fair, rating in mind.
Go for it.
I think I'm going to go ahead and give it a B, a solid B. I'm not going to give it a B minus or a B plus. It's just a B. It's getting better, but I mean, there are some really high points that make you feel that make your heart soar. You see these flashes of genius, and then there are these low moments where they're just really really bad, and I think it's hard to end on such a season on such a low note and give a higher grade than that. As generous as possible, I can only say a B.
Lord Dot, I think you gave season 1 a D, my friend, but I can't remember. I can't remember what I gave it. To be honest, it deserves it, but I'll give it. I'll do it now. I'm just, if I didn't, I've been saying season 1 deserves a D from me, and this season gets a C for me
Okay.
only because there's some very good episodes, but there's still a lot of garbaggio.
So true.
So that's, I'm going to give that a C.
Yeah.
JT Kirk, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, my friend. You were too
Oh,
kind.
sweetheart.
Good thing season 3 gets better, or else you'd have to push the button
Release
to
Harvey.
release Harvey Cthulhu. You can push the button too. You can. I will be in talks with the great Lord Doomcock to see if he will let me at least let Harvey out just long enough to push the button on this episode. I think in fact, right now, I know he's not watching, but he is a good friend. We both love the great Lord Doomcock. I'm going to implore him right now. Please don't ever let Harvey see Shades of Grey, the episode, because, and he would probably find some way to escape. Even that great stasis field that the brilliant Lord Doomcock holds him in, and he might press his own button.
Yep.
If he sees that. So we love Harvey Cthulhu around here.
Yeah, he would break the glass, and that would be the end of it.
Yeah, I think he would probably lose all will to press a button. Like you could press the button and let him out, and didn't show him Shades of Grey, and he wouldn't even care anymore. He said, why should I kill you all and give you a sweet release of death when I could just let you just think about season 2 ending Shades of Grey? And Harvey would probably not even want to destroy us anymore. That's what I'm going to say. But Doomcock's the expert on Harvey, so don't quote me on that. C minus for the great Lord Thoth. And we have another. Oh, thank you so much, Canadian Spidey, for that another super chat, my friend. Road trip at Raquel Rudd with Rod Thunderheart is. I've never been to Hoover Dam. I bet it sucks. Think about it. Well, yeah, remember that in Beavis and Butthead Do America when they were at the Hoover Dam, and Beavis said, and Butthead said, is this a goddamn? This sucks more than anything that has ever sucked before. Beavis, if we ever have to watch this episode again, I'm going to kill you. This episode really is bad, but it's not that bad. There are even worse episodes, believe it or not. It's not like I haven't watched The Filth or anything. That's true. The Filth really sucks. It makes this episode look good, Beavis. Sorry.
Canadian Spider-Man. Steve. Yes, that's actually going to be a real thing, honey. And we've talked about that in the past. But yeah, we might do like a little caravan type thing, because I think we're going to be planning on driving down there now that we've got the 2 dogs. You know that Maya died, and we were pretty lonely, so we went and added 2 new little people to our lives. I have a new little fur daughter and a new little fur son, so we probably won't be flying out we'll probably be driving, so that it's on like Donkey Kong, and definitely Rod Thunderheart's on it as well. So when we do ClubbyCon, for sure, yeah, we have to make sure that we all go down like in a caravan, because there are a lot of diners and stuff that I want to stop at. I've done that road trip a couple of times, and yeah, but yeah, we'll definitely do that. And I know Rod's in on it, and the Canadians will represent my wonderful friend. And thank you again for all these wonderful super chats and for supporting Clobby's channel. Love you very much.
Thank you
Mwah,
so
mwah,
much, buddy.
mwah.
You were too kind. Snail Messiah had to go. Hope you're still here to hear this. As much as I love it here, I really we love having you here, Snail Messiah. Thank you so much. PCAT says D, by far my least favorite season. I liked about 10 episodes at most. That's fair enough. You have a great night, Snail Messiah, and thank you for that, PCAT. Let's see here.
Oh, Jill, that's so sweet of you. Thank you, sweetheart.
Oh, I'm getting to that one too. Look, first of all, listen, I'm trying to hold on.
Is there one from Wolfie also? You guys are just so kind. Thank you so much.
I can't wait to share season 3 with this community. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot. We're gonna be a lot better off next week. I think.
Yeah.
We're still gonna be brutal now. If the calls for being some brutality, we'll be there. But we're gonna be honest, like we always are.
Yep.
Season 2 is a C for Hungry Boy. It was a woman who dressed well but could not dance, who couldn't be polite to your parents, but could get reservations at restaurants. Wow,
Hungry Boy.
That's different there. Well done. Thank you. Mega Cropper, a B-.
Yeah.
Oh, Jill, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you. You were wonderful. You're a wonderful friend. We love you, Jill. Thank you.
Yeah, we do.
Let's see here. Narana Maximanda Bear. I give it a C+. It just scraped by with some great moments and a lot of garbage. I'm kind of with you on there. I'm with you there big time. I thought, yeah, it's. But again, it's a lot. I think it's better than season 1, if that helps.
Yeah.
C- for the Great Lord Thoth. There were some high points and a lot of low points.
Yeah.
A handful of good episodes, maybe one great episode. Looking forward to season 3. Yes, sir.
I actually 100% agree with that. I think that comment pretty much says exactly what LT just said. Is pretty much exactly how I feel about season 2.
Yes, absolutely. Snortahubus says season 2, C+ at best. There were a few good episodes, but the bad ones were superlatively awful. Inarguable, my dear colleague.
Yep, true.
Yeah, that calls for a release of Doomacorn. There you go. All hail the great Doomcock. Let's see here. Mark D. says B-. Not a great season, but glimmers of hope with the introduction of the Borg and the Measure of the Man.
Yes.
Actors are starting to hit their stride. TNG hasn't jumped the shark. The best is yet to come.
Yep,
I almost would argue maybe it jumped the shark and then jumped back over later. I don't know. if that's not cheating. Oh, they cheated in that episode, so why not?
Yep. You mean improvised? Cheating means improvised.
It means cheating. Yes, exactly. Well, Mr. Tickle Trunk is back to lurking. Hey, Mr. Tickle Trunk, it is an honor to have you here. Thank you. I've seen you at many a stream. Let's see here. I'm Nicole him Scuba Pete B-. Farewell season 2. We had our ups and downs, and Wesley still sucks.
Yep. So true. So true.
Trucks.
I totally agree with
that. Man, aka D.D. Meyer, says, Clobby, I give it an overrating of a solid C for the season. Mm-hmm. Like you said, some good and some bad. I think that these seasons had an equal amount of good and bad. So I would say it balanced out overall. Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's see here. Mr. Angel, C-. In the first season, you were allowed to make mistakes because you were fleshing out things. True.
Yep.
But some of the mistakes in season 2 really made me surprised. Season 3 ever emerged. That's one of the biggest miracles in television. I'm convinced. You're absolutely right. Jill says, was Shades of Grey depressed Harvey so much You can't even destroy us. You understand him perfectly. The episode took us under. Poor Harvey.
Poor Harvey.
It sucks so much. I just stopped.
Oh,
Sorry, Dimcock. I did a bad Harvey. Sorry. Let's see here. Low C. Some good.
yeah.
Some good. Most bad. Block text F.
Yep.
She needs to get better editor. Oh, poor
That's
old block
true.
text.
That is true. That is true. Sometimes it's like, what are you writing, honey?
Raymond, you're just a big meanie, man. Eric K, B minus, soured by the weak finish.
100% agree with that. That is such, it's hard to conjure a higher rating than the C's and the B's given the way that it finishes, because there were, like LT said, there were so many high moments, but then there were also some moments that were so low you were actually horrified by what they did. So, and I mean truly horrified, no hyperbole. You were actually like, I can't believe they allowed that on television. So yeah, I totally am feeling these reviews and definitely agree with Eric.
Indeed. And we have enigmatic drop air. Go for it, number one.
He says C. It was a bit of a roller coaster. Some great stuff like Measure of a Man and Q Who, and some really awful stuff like Shades, The Dolphin, and Icarus. Yeah, yeah. And Up the Ladder.
Down the long ladder. Whoa.
Down the long ladder and into the Bulgia.
Michael Beacom says season 2. D. Arguing with my friends at the time. Well, no show hits the ground running. At which point I scream, "Where no man has gone before?" And there's a good point at them. Yes. Yes, sometimes a show hits. Yes, it's true. Look, although it is absolutely true that some shows start out really slowly and have a tough start and you stick it out. That is even while that's true, Michael, I can think of some other shows that just grabs you almost at get-go. I mean, it's no given that a show has to stumble out of the gate.
Yeah, it's true.
It's happened, but it doesn't always happen.
It's true.
The original first three seasons of MASH started out great. A lot of shows did that. They started out, fantastic. Again, with Trek, though, except for original series, it does seem like this one took, stumble out of the gate. It looks like somebody kneecapped him out of the gate and shot all 4 of their legs off. And the horse was just like a legless horse while the other friggin' horses are running around the damn track. And then when we thought the horse was being brought to the glue factory, something happened. And they put legs back on, bionic legs. Just saying. I'm sorry. Thank you. Well, I should read this in that voice then, Anti-Driven. Jill, you were too kind. Remember how they couldn't read? All great. It says like words or something. You reading is stupid.
Yeah, I can't words don't really make any much sense to me.
That's because you're stupid, Beavis. Thank you so much, Jill. Sorry to make it even worse. Season 2 for Badass. Season 2, through my 10-year-old eyes, A++. As I given up, I give it a solid B. This season tastes a lot like the delicious seasons to come. Well, fair enough, sir.
Mm-hmm. Got a little hint there, right, Pat? It's like, yeah, you have that hope, but I do like the fact that you mentioned it's in retrospect, right? Because retrospect, it's like, especially if you're watching these episodes over and over and over again, like I do, and many of you do, it's just like some of them you get angry with them, so you're more apt to give even a lower grade. But remember when we actually had to watch this stuff on VHS and beta? We really loved it, and we were so fair to it back then. Although when it was on TV, we did argue with our friends a lot. Can you believe they did that?
Yep. Wolfie, thank you. I believe this one.
Do we have TV for my poops only?
That's it. Oh, that was a bad Beavis. I'm not proud of that one. So here we go. JT Kirk says C+. Some great moments with Worf, Data, Loaxana,
Yeah.
Troy, the intro, Calamini
Yeah.
to the show are all strong, but anti-Irish racism and some bad writing
Yeah.
and Patty Stew acting keep this season back. That's fair enough, JT.
Yeah, I didn't like the way that they treated the men in that episode either, but yeah, I just that is a terrible, terrible, terrible episode.
Absolutely horrific. Yeah, I mean, probably worse than Shades of Grey, because Shades of Grey is just like a waste of time.
Yeah.
Five Down Outsider C. We were promised peak performance, but we mainly were given 50 Shades of
Yeah.
that Grey. We saw no Beverly.
Yeah.
Got horrible Pooplasky, inventor of the poop Zamboni, and way, way, way too much Wesley.
Love you,
So-
Phantom Outsider.
You know, it just dawned on me. They don't even explain what happened to Pulaski, or maybe they do in the next one, and I've forgotten. So we'll see. I guess
Yeah, they do. They
just say
because they
it's left.
yeah, they just basically say that Bev has returned, and they make it seem like they always knew she was going to return.
Yeah, we like her better than you, so we're kicking you off the ship. Sandra says B. There were both awful and good episodes. The show
Yeah.
was starting to get its legs. That's fair.
Agreed, beautiful. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Absolutely.
enigmatic drop bear. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much. And Hungry Boy. Oh my goodness. Some of these comments. Wait till you get to them, Clobby.
Oh,
There's
cool.
just a marvelous super chat and such a wonderful comment from Hungry Boy. You know, Hungry Boy, we feel the same way
I
about
can't
you.
see it yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll wait until we get there.
Okay, because I have to stop the chat to be able to read. I hear you though. I'll keep myself in suspense till I see it.
Okay.
Max Redstone, B-, Airlock Wesley, Airlock Pulaski, Airlock Mo Hurley, Airlock Melinda Snodgrass. Then bring Wesley back in and airlock him again. That would be the
Hail
greatest.
Max!
That'd be the greatest season ever.
Hail Max.
Oh.
Hail Max. Max. That is cherry comment.
Enigmatic Drop Bear with the $7.99 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate that. You're too kind. Farewell, season 2. Onwards and upwards to season 3.
Here, here.
Thank you. Hungry Boy. To the entire chat, you are uplifting, charming, funny, adroit, clever, good-hearted, and 100% helping tons of people getting through these rough days. Those are wonderful, kind words, Hungry Boy. You've been a great new pal, and I appreciate you. And I love talking comics with you. I really appreciate all you've been doing on the, with your comments on my Spinner Rack videos. And the other night when you were in the chat the other day talking, your comics art, man, and that's a passion of mine. Even though I can't draw, you're an artist. I can't. As I always say, I can't draw flies, but I do love comic book art. Yeah. So there you go. Thank you so much.
And I'm sending hugs to all the Trekkies. Every single one of you. I just want to hug all of you. Trekkies, 735 forever, babies.
Absolutely. 735 forever. Real Trek only.
That's right.
Oh, big doke. Yeah, 66 to 05, buddies.
Yeah. And if you're wondering why I always say 735, I get that question a lot. I call it the 735 Club, and it's because TOS is 79 plus 6, TAS is 22, TNG is 178 plus 4, DS9 is 176, Voyager is 172, and ENT is 98, which adds to 735. You are in the 735 Club, you gorgeous human beings.
And I, of course, can't count past 7 or 8 or like 13, so I leave the counting to number 1. And here we go. We have our wonderful friend Jill. Go for it. Number 1. Take it away.
This is her season 2 review, and it's our gorgeous nerd. She's back. Anti-derivative Jill. And it's not quite an Esh pick, but I mean, it's pretty close. She's doing a 4-parter. She says C+. There were some stinkers in this season, bringing the score down. But overall, it's a huge improvement over season 1, which is why I graded it as a C-.
There we go.
2 of 4. She says it's improved in the writing, characterizations, and sense of fun Star Trek adventures on a greater scale. 3 of 4. She says, how can you not love this season with the wonderful Moriarty episode, The Measure of a Man, Riker on a Klingon ship, and the Borg? Yeah, that's why I gave it a B.
I'm seeing that's 3. I'm not seeing 4, Jill. Let me see here.
If they nuked another one, I'm going to be really
Oh
mad.
my goodness. Hang on, Jill. I'm gonna try to see. My next Jill one is this one, saying hello. I'm glad you're lurking, Mr. Tickle Trunk. And then she had another one. She Jill, I'm not seeing number 4.
Why are so many things getting nuked? We even have the poop Zamboni. We don't swear. We don't talk about sex. We're nice people here. This is a clean show.
I don't get it. Well, if we find it, Jill, what
I've got
you
it
got
at
it?
24 minutes past the hour.
Okay. Oh, okay. Go for it.
She says 4-4. As such, these episodes make almost half of season 2 absolutely essential. Improvement. And that's it.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jill. I guess it was
excellent.
It may have fell back. Who knows?
Wonderful. Love you. Love you. Love you.
Says C. The bad episodes brought the grade of the season lower, but the saving grace was that the season finale was the last time we'd ever see or hear from Dr. Pederasty. Pulaski.
Yeah, Kal-El, the thing is that they tried to play to the Pulaski being the heart and Data being the logos, the pure logic, like they did with McCoy and Spock. But the thing is that what McCoy and Spock did with one another was just like the teasing that two people who really love each other do. They've come to count on one another. They love one another very much. And that's an agreement that is made with the viewer. The viewer knows this and agrees with this. We know they're, quote, ribbing one another. We know this. So it's a completely different scenario. You can't just insert Pulaski as a female Dr. McCoy and then have her being incredibly cruel to Pinocchio, because Pinocchio isn't Spock. And we don't see this really super well-developed loving relationship where there's all this mutual respect and admiration, where they're saving one another's lives, and they're just the banter and the sarcasm, and it's just so enjoyable. So yeah, they really did a disservice to Diana by bringing her in to do this job, because it was not the same as McCoy and Spock, and Pulaski and Pinocchio didn't work. They did not work. Fans were outraged. It was the wrong thing to do.
Absolutely. And boy, were they good at doing the wrong thing. Good Lordy. All right, everyone, I'm catching up. I think that's all of our season reviews.
Yep.
Hey, yeah,
Zax.
Zax is here. All right. Zax? As in the Hulk villain Zax.
Hello.
I bet that's where you get that from. I'm just guessing. I like to guess people's reasons for their names and stuff when they're obscure and stuff. Oh yeah, it was way down there. So now finally got to it. I didn't go down far enough.
Yeah, Phantom Outsider, I agree. And Mr. Angel, I agree. It was just a cheap and stupid thing to do. And they really sabotaged her, because she's a great actress. She's Star Trek royalty. There was no need for that. You don't put Pulaski up against Pinocchio. It's not at all the same as watching two fiercely intelligent men duking it out over life's fundamental soul-quaking quandaries. Do you know what I mean? Like, these guys were dealing with some seriously weighty issues, and like I said, they saved one another's lives so many times and cared for one another very deeply, and we all read that in those characters. So yeah, it's just, what a fail. The Pulaski against Pinocchio thing, I'm so glad that it is going to die the death of a rag doll. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Hungry boy, that's what I was thinking. When I see Zax, I think of Herb Trimpe. Boy, we think in comic artist terms, brother. I love Trimpe. Let's see here. Nah, Clobby. I wish I had a story that. Oh, well, that's okay. You can still be Zax to us. I appreciate that, Zax. I appreciate seeing you here.
Yeah, Steve. I totally agree.
JG Kirk, his rating was missed. JG Kirk
sorry.
was. No, go ahead.
Yeah,
I'll try to find that when you do that.
Yeah, Canadian Spider-Man. I totally agree. Yeah, McCoy would die for Spock. and they love one another. So when they're challenging one another on these incredibly weighty philosophical life and death issues, moral, ethical issues, not only do you respect both of them, but you're so happy that they're challenging one another, because then you also get to entertain what you think and what you feel and what you have to impart there. And therein, you sort of have this, this little dialogue going on between the three of you. And then you have Kirk to come in and make the decision. And that creates the magic of the show. But, the way Pulaski treats our wonderful little Pinocchio, I remember back then how outraged in '89, how outraged fans were, and I was one of them. It's like, why is she talking like that to Data? Why is she treating him like crap? And yeah, earlier I was talking about the fact that there was a writing campaign, and they listened. We do get Bev back, and the is are you Data, that ends, and we're all happy and we're all better for it, and the show's better for it.
I'm told that I missed JT Kirk's rating. I didn't think I did,
No!
but I can't find. I've gone to the top and can't find it. I'm seeing a lot of things that he posted, but not that. So if I missed JT, if I missed yours, if you wouldn't mind putting it back in there, brother, I'm sorry, but yeah, I went back as far up as I could go.
Yeah. Pat's here. Our Eric K is here, and LT is here. Lord Thoth is here. Mark D with a C is here. Like, we have all the best wrenches.
Not there.
So if it's there, they'll find it for us, Captain.
Well, it's either not there or I can't go back any farther. There's only so far it lets you go back, and I never saw it. But I would be happy to read that, JT. I'm sorry about that. I mean, this could be a case of it not showing up for me again, or I guess I could have missed it. I could have swore I read one by JT recently.
Yeah,
I thought I read that
Boy,
one.
I agree. I usually call them the Trinity: ethos, pathos, and logos, and they're just they're magic together.
It's not his. It's JT, Captain James C. Skywalker. I thought I read one with JT. Someone said, okay, look, I'm dyslexic. Let me go back. I'm looking for you, Skywalker.
Oh, Michael Beacon's talking about the empath, and so is Canadian Spider-Man. That's a banned episode. I'm sorry that I missed what that
Raymond said. Raymond said it was JT, but apparently it wasn't. You got missed, James, Captain Skywalker. I was looking for Raymond. You go ahead and do that there, number one, and I'll try to find Captain Skywalker.
Yeah, Michael Beacom, that's exactly what happened there. McCoy tried to die for Spock and Kirk in the empath. He most certainly did. And he volunteered to be tortured to death. And there were many other incidents, but yeah, I love that you guys are having this conversation in here. Don't mind me, guys. I just, and gals, I try and read everything that everyone is saying, and it's such a busy chat, but I'm trying to get to all of it, and I love all of your guys' comments and all of your amazing conversations. Good stuff.
It won't go back far enough. If Captain, I'm sorry, but if you want to throw it back at me, brother, I would definitely want to read it.
Is that Captain Skywalker?
Yes, apparently. Well, it was told to me by mistake that it was
JT Kirk?
JT, so I went back looking for him, but it was not. So that happens, everyone. Hey, as soon as it gets back up in there,
yeah, can you repost it?
Yeah, and anyone, if any of you were missed, just throw it back in there. Yeah. We got, we have no more episodes to do. So next week, of course, we'll be doing. Well, Eric can't see it either. Weird. What is wrong with the chat tonight?
Stuff is getting nuked, and I don't understand why. Because we're not even PG. We're like rated G. There are Disney movies that made for kids that are more offensive than our show.
Pat S. Dude, Cane's is still open. I look at Janet from another planet popping in.
Hey, Interplanet Janet. She's a galaxy girl.
Yep. Yeah. Well, Pat says it's still early. It's time to get some Cane's and a large Arnold Palmer. Cane's is still open in your neck of the woods there, dude. I had a Popeye's spicy chicken sandwich today, but otherwise I almost got some Cane's. For those who are not familiar, Canes. I love me some Canes.
Yeah,
Good
well,
stuff.
I heard about it on this show. I think it was this show. I think you and Pat taught me about it, and I went and looked at the YouTube videos of Cane's. That's the fried chicken place with the amazing French fries and all that.
And the
Yeah,
finger chickens and the chicken tenders fingers.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
the
you'll love
chicken.
that.
Yeah, that I'm gonna live at that place when we're all down there. When we do ClobbyCon, I'll be living there, and it's gonna be so bad. You know what I mean? I'm gonna fall off Clobby's front stoop, and I'm gonna break my leg in a compound fracture, and gravy's gonna come out. That's how bad I'm gonna mess myself up in New Orleans when it comes to the chicken and gravy. It's gonna be sad.
Well, everyone, Janet says she can't hear because she's in a bar. So, but tell her tell her we shouted her out if you could,
Hey,
you guys.
babe.
Tell her in the chat that we love her and we shouted her out.
Yeah.
Was like, oh, you got a Cane's? Jill says the Cane's in my town. I only don't like that they don't have jalapenos, but jalapenos on Cane's? How dare you?
Well, Jill's spicy.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, New Orleans. There's
Right?
that. No, yeah, New Orleans. Although Cane's originated in Baton Rouge.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, that's where it started as one little store. Now it's all over.
Mm.
Well, Captain Skywalker, if you still want to put that one up there, bro, you can.
Yeah.
Just let me know when anyone sees it.
Oh no,
Yep.
Mark sounds like he's speaking from experience. If you're just listening in as a podcast and you're not participating in the live show, in the live chat, Mark D with a C is recalling a story that has now become a warning to others for how much you want to imbibe when you're in New Orleans.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So I didn't realize that it's open this late, though. Wow, maybe, I don't know. Maybe somewhere in New Orleans it is. Let's see here. There's a Cane's about a mile from me.
Is a good drink,
Haven't had
Snortapoopus. I'm sending you some chin scritchies. You're a good bear. Double Black Russian is a great drink.
Oh, my goodness. Well, there you go. I guess, I suppose that is all the season ratings we have, unless again Captain Skywalker, dude, I don't know, it didn't show up. Eric couldn't find it, so if you are so inclined, you can definitely put it back in there, bud. I don't know what happened.
Captain, did you see this comment?
Which one?
Pat S at 35 minutes past the hour says, when Mark D with a C comes down, I'll make sure he brings sweatpants. Listen, Pat, we're all going to be wearing sweatpants.
Yeah.
With the elastic band around the waist.
Oh, my goodness. Let's see. JPR PH1, what time does the stream start? I'd like to watch weekly with you start. Oh, we would love to have you. We start at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I don't know what what zone you're in there, my friend, but we would love to have you every Saturday. And next week we start the third season of TNG. Canadian Spider-Man with another $5 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. You're too kind. Thank you.
Wow, incredibly generous.
The guy who played White Rabbit in Shore Leave, TOS, was on the bridge in 52 episodes. Bobby Blackburn, that's right, yeah. Didn't know. Cheers to going wild in New Orleans. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to have fun down there. ClobbyCon!
Thank you for checking there, Mr. Angel. Let's see.
Thanks, Mr. Angel.
I posted it 6 times. I feel a little silly doing it. 6,
Isn't
really?
this weird? Like Captain James T. Skywalker, I have not seen it even once on my side. On my side of StreamYard, your comment is not showing up at all, hun. Like at all. And
Captain Deckard Spock. Yeah, man. I mean, look, dude, I would read it for you in a heartbeat, man. I don't understand this.
Very strange.
And then Eric is saying something to Captain Deckard Spock. Can you word it differently? For some reason, it is not showing up. And Captain Deckard Spock, if you're still here, buddy, I don't know. I didn't see it either.
Well, the Felicianos are more folks who know a lot about wrenching. Eric is correct here, and Sandra's ringing in as well. She's saying, Captain James T. Skywalker, I found that sometimes one word that YouTube doesn't like will make it disappear. So she's fortifying what Eric first said here.
Yeah.
So all of these like
It's-
pro wrenches are saying it could be one word, but I don't like all the nuking. I think it's weird. This is a very
weird
very
tonight, especially tonight. It's really weird.
yeah.
Captain James Skywalker says gives it a D. To quote Mr. Horse, no, sir, I don't like it. Thank you, dude, and I'm sorry that keeps happening. It's as you probably have heard, we've been having all kind of strange crap happening to the chats tonight. So
Yeah, weird.
you got me. I mean, we've had weird stuff happen, before a pretty good bit, but this is really weird tonight. Well, don't you worry about it, Janet. If you're hearing this, if not, I hope you are hearing it. I love you all, and I'm sorry I missed. That's okay. We love you, and we appreciate you. And hope you're having a good time out there, wherever you happen to be tonight. Zach said we just had Le Burger week here, which is actually 2 weeks because Canada. I had a burger with brisket, bacon, 2 kinds of cheesy, crispy onions smothered and spicy. Well, you know what, dude? Our buddy Nick Weiser would love to hear about that. I'm telling you. Isn't that
LT likes onion straws too, doesn't he? Lord Thoth also likes onion straws on his burgers. So yes, that's
Probably
a lot
does.
of us are hungry.
Probably does for sure. YT Clobber's comments sometimes. I was in an anime chat once, says Enigmatic Drop Bear, and I couldn't post certain show names. Wow,
Weird.
really? That's crazy, man. That's
Enigmatic Drop Bear his
nuts.
comments are almost always cerebral. I can't ever imagine somebody blocking one of his comments. That's the weirdest thing. Or maybe he doesn't mean himself. Maybe he just means others.
It could be just the YouTube doing it. I mean, I wrench for Polly, but I'm no expert on wrenching. But I've seen it put just a normal comment up for hide or not hide, and stuff like that. It's crazy. Catman says YouTube does make some comments go away for some reason. Think they're bored and being pain in the I don't know. Mr. Angel says 6 times. I have not seen it. There might be a word in it that is not allowed to YouTube, which is silly. I am a pro wrench too, but never seen a comment disappear 6 ever. Yeah. Maybe it's the algorithm has changed. Let me check. I've heard someone earlier said something about that. I think it was Hungry Man said something. Hungry Boy said something about a new algorithm.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
That could be. Yeah, they were screwing around with some other aspects of my channel. I can tell you all that. So, JT Kirk says subspace frequencies on the Fritz vaporized messages. Times call down to engineering and see if you can get reserve power diverted to the subspace antenna. The array, eh? Yes.
Mr. Tickletrunk de-lurked just so he could join in with everyone else who is celebrating onion straws on burgers.
Yes, and that is true. Shatner in space. Shatner in space. Everyone saw that stuff about Shatner and I didn't get to read the whole article yet. I just saw it before I was coming on here at NASA or whatever. YouTube algorithms have some issues. I see. Yes, I guess it is. So to anyone that has happened to tonight, I do apologize. I'm embarrassed that kind of thing happens, and that we can't see everyone's comments. I mean, sometimes they go by fast, and I do miss them. That happens, of course, but sometimes and since that happens, I have the screen really close to me now, and so. But I just think, maybe I just miss it. I go back and it's not there, and everyone else is missing it too. So tonight is weird.
There's like 10 comments in the chat right now, all in rapid succession that are just hysterical and just wonderful people. Tyrell's like, I was lurking. Deepad Martin, he's come out of lurk. Canadian Spider-Man is checking his nipples. Sandra loves bacon burgers. We have just a hysterical chat going on right now. I love you guys so much. You guys are so funny.
Good night, Michael Beacom. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, good night,
Michael. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you. YouTube has some issues with fragmentation of videos, chat issues, a layout issue they're working on now. Thank you, Mr. Angel. I appreciate that. Appreciate the info. Tyrell72, thank you for those kind words. I really appreciate you.
Sweetheart of a human.
Let's see here. Now is Bill paying for the ride into space? I don't know. He can afford it though. Look, wait a minute. Wait. You better not make the captain pay to go into space. He's Shatner. He's the captain. He should be able to go for free. Damn it.
Yeah.
Just saying.
The Shat.
Yep, the Shat should be able to go for free. He's the cap. He is the captain. Well, I tell you what. Let's see. All right, everyone. Let's plot next week here. I suppose we got.
Let's do it.
Starting the 3rd season.
We are.
We're just going to keep it at 4 episodes. Yeah, I don't think we should make too many changes. I'll throw a few things in there. Hey, Steve Mitchum, we finally got Maddie to sleep.
Hey. Oh, I'm glad. Okay, well, make sure you keep your one headphone in so she can't hear us. Remember, I have to say goodbye to Snorta Poopus. I don't want to wake up the most beautiful little girl. Don't do that. That'll make me a terrible auntie.
Yes. And we got, let's see. Yeah, we'll just keep it at 4. We'll do it. There's no big changes for everyone. I might change a few things here and there. I don't know. I might use overlays instead of the Google thingy or something like that.
Decepticon 77.
Where? Oh, Decepticon 77. Hello there. Oh, well, thank you for the kind words there, and I like that name. It's obviously. I mean, am I jumping the gun saying you're a Transformers fan?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. So there you go. But I like that. I love it. People are always so clever and creative with their names.
Yes.
So, and I appreciate you being there. Where's Captain Deckard? Spock. He said something earlier about not being able to post something. Deckard, dude, I don't know, man.
Weird.
Crazy, dude. Is YouTube out to get you, dude? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, those, just so everyone knows, those comments are being nuked. We have like the most professional wrenches around that work for some of the biggest channels around, like some of the biggest channels on YouTube, literally. And yeah, so those comments are being nuked on through the algorithm, not through the wonderful people who don't get paid a single cent to help us keep this show clean and running, so that Clubby has his little virtual comic book shop going, and anyway.
Yep.
Love our wrenches, and I really appreciate you guys very much. I hope everyone appreciates you. It's a thankless job. You guys don't get paid a nickel to do it. You just do it because you're good friends, and I love you for it. I appreciate you very much.
We love you, and thank you so much. And well, let me see here.
What?
I guess. What happened? What happened?
Oh my goodness! The Felicianos, they're expecting their second granddaughter tonight. A baby is going to be born.
Oh yeah. Oh, cool.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'm just I'm sending all of my love and support to this wonderful family, these beautiful Felicianos. You guys are such a beautiful, wonderful family. Congratulations. Tonight is going to be so exciting, and I just I send you all of my love and support, and that's from Cloggy and the whole chat. You guys are in for a sleepless night. Hold on, Grandma. Hold on, Grandpa. Everything is going to be great, and what a wonderful and exciting evening for you.
Yep, absolutely. Well, I guess I'll do a couple of show notes. First, before I do that, though, I would like for you, my wonderful friend, to tell everyone a little bit about your literary works and where they can find them.
Oh, that's so kind of you. Yeah, I write science fiction, and I write short story. That's my discipline. I love it. I also write flash fiction, which I also really, really enjoy. You can buy that. You can for under $1 at Amazon, and you can read it on any device. It's also on Kindle, and I'm also on Goodreads. And while we're talking about authors, please also make sure that you check in the comments, and it's probably going to appear as a URL in the live chat as well, Raymond Feliciano's books and his channel Dolphin TV.
Absolutely. And Raymond, if you haven't left already, please put those in there in the chat. Of course, they're in the description below, everyone. There are a lot of links. And Mark, they would see put your channel in there too. Anyone You know,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Eric, as well. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Eric.
But there are links in my descriptions below for everything, by the way. So
Yeah.
please, lots of channels of many wonderful, great friends. Let's see here. Getting spam messages this time of night. Wow, weird. So anyway, where were I? Oh, okay. And so I want to thank you all for being here tonight. Just you all make this such a great time for us. We just love talking Trek on a Saturday night, and it's just extraordinary. You're all extraordinary. So some quick show notes. I've been having a lot of fun doing my Clobby's Comics Corner Spinner Rack episodes. If you're a comics fan of any kind, you want a little bit of a walk back to the past, and just they're shorter videos. They're not like me streaming for 2,000 hours or anything like that. But I have a lot of fun, and I just take you back to. I went back 50 years, a nice even number. My spinner rack is actually a TARDIS in the shape of the Chameleon Circuit. It's in the shape of a comic book spinner rack from the 70s. But it's a time machine, and I've opened up a time machine comic shop there. So please go check those videos out. Just go to there's a playlist on my channel for the Clobby's Comics Corner. And if you if you're a comics fan and you haven't checked those out yet, please do. And thank you for those who have already. Really appreciate it. Monday night, I have my series on part 4 of my series on the Great Team Up Comics. Week 1 was World's Finest. Unfortunately, I did that one by myself because my Carlos didn't show up. My buddy Carlos showed up with me for week 2 because they're team up books. You got to have a team doing it,
Yeah.
For Brave and the Bold. The second, I'm doing these in chronological order. If you're a comics fan, Monday night, Mark C. Comics Talk. And then this past Monday, had a great time with the great Mark D with a C and my buddy Flash. We teamed up for Marvel Team Up. And the great Mark D with a C, my good buddy, is going to be joining me. We're both big, huge fans of Benjamin J. Gribb, the ever-loving blue-eyed thing. And it'll be on a little bit later than usual. It'll be 9 p.m. Central Time, 10 Eastern. And we're going to just talk all things Marvel 2-in-1. That's my favorite of the series because I love the thing. You know that. So, and then, of course, next week it'll be all about DC Comics Presents. The great J-Man will be joining me for this one, who is a good dude. And we'll talk about Superman. That's the 5th of the books. Superman teaming up with superheroes and stuff. So looking forward to it. It was a lot of fun. Had a great time on the Global Geek Gang the other day talking about the Dream Team Ups. Next week we'll be on again. So thank you all so much. And please join us here next Saturday night for Saturday Night Star Trek. Now we're going to say our goodbyes very quickly and get out of here and let you all give you a night off early. Well, a little earlier than usual, but not that much because it's so much fun having you all here.
Before we do that, I just want to say how much I appreciate you, Clobby. Thank you for creating this space and hosting this space for all of us to come together and celebrate Star Trek. And I want to thank every single person just in the chat, just as a group. And I just want to thank the Wrenches. You guys, thank you so much for helping us out here tonight and for doing such a great job in helping us to make this show the best it can be. Really, really appreciate you very much. Not only for the job you do, but for who you are as people. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. And of course, big shout out to the great Lord Thoth, who had to run, but everyone who is here gets a shout out because we love you all and we love seeing you here. Fight him, outsider, bro.
You were great tonight. Good night, sir.
Of course. The great Mark D with a C, buddy. Always appreciate you, bro.
Good night, hon. Thank you for supporting us.
Indeed. The great Eric K. Eric.
Pleasure, buddy. Love you.
Thanks for all your help, man. Really appreciate you, buddy. The Felicianos had to run, but we love you. Thank you. And good luck. Congratulations on that. JT Kirk, my friend.
Yeah,
Thank
it was
you
so
for being
good to
here.
see you. And I'm trying to figure out if you're the person who also announced that there was a birth in your family as well. But the chat jumped on me. I wish I could find it now. No, it's Phantom Outsider. Phantom Outsider, I would be remiss if I didn't also congratulate you on the birth in your family as well. So,
cool.
Sorry about that, Captain.
Oh, no, great. Congrats, Phantom. All right, buddy. Appreciate you, man. Nirat and Axamanda Bear, thank you so much for being with us. The great Snorapoopas Cuber.
Snorapoopas! Cuber.
D Bud Martin Buddy, always a pleasure, bro.
Good night,
Thank
D
you.
Bud.
Enigmatic Drop Bear. I'm so happy to see you here hanging with us. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. You were terrific tonight. Thank you so much for all your comments and just everyone, the super chats too, and the stickers and everything. Oh, thank you so much.
Captain James C. Skywalker, thanks for being here, bud.
Sorry for the mix-up.
Oh, yeah. He's a captain. He's a Starfleet captain. He can take it. Thank you. Appreciate you, Captain. Kyle 48, my friend. Thank you.
Outstanding tonight. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much.
Indeed, indeed. And they called him Scuba Pete.
Scuba Pete and family. All the Pete's. I love you so much. I'll see you next week. Well, I'll probably see you before then. I just, you're great and I love you. So thank you so much for supporting the show. Good night. Good night,
Hail
Leslie.
to the scuba. Indeed, indeed. Steve Mitchum, brother.
Yeah. Conan in Vegas.
Yeah,
love you.
Buddy. Love to Maddie.
Yeah, love smooches for her whole cute little face. Just make sure you don't wake her up because you just got her to sleep.
Yes. Figurative ones, so you don't wake her up. Canadian Spider-Man, thank you so much. Big shout out. Thank you for that super sticker and all the super chats, my friend. I'm just I'm floored by those, and I'm speechless. You're a great pal. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, just outstanding. What a great friend you are. Not only are you a great conversationalist and you help everyone on the streams, but you're also a wonderful friend. Thank you so much for supporting our show and for putting a little money in the kitty before you leave. And you were so generous tonight. Thank you so much, Steve.
Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate it. Snail Messiah was here earlier. Thank you so much. I don't know. I think May had to run, but
I'm happy he went to bed. He's ridiculous. I can't even believe that he's up. So I'm always flattered when he watches our show because he should be long gone to bed. So good night, Snail Messiah. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Snail. Appreciate you. The wonderful anti-derivative, Jill. Thank you, Jill. Love you.
Hey, gorgeous. Thank you so much for your wonderful nerdy comments, and I will see your nerdy butt back here next week. Well, I'll see you before then because you and I are friends, but thank you so much for everything tonight. You were terrific as usual.
Hey, old Jill. The Catman, a.k.a. Dee Dee Myers, my friend. Always a pleasure. Always great to see you here. Just Joe, Jobber Brother.
Yeah.
Good to see you, man. 1903 TX, thank you for being here.
Good night.
Hungry Boy, my friend, thank you so much for hanging with us, man. Good to see you. You've been fantastic.
What a great person. I know we said it earlier, but I'm going to say it again. Thank you so much for your friendship and for your support of this show. Just absolutely love your opinions and you're another great conversationalist and you're great company. Thank you so much.
Indeed, indeed. Wolfie. Wolfie. Thank you.
Ow, ow, ow! Wolfie's rocked the house again tonight. I mean, every night, but he's the best. Good night, Wolfie.
Indeed. Stuart Mitchell.
Good night,
Thank you
Stuart.
for being here. Terrell 72, always a pleasure. Thank you for being here.
Good night, Terrell.
Mega Cropper, thank you so much and for your participation. We appreciate you.
Good night.
A new one showed up earlier, and I don't know if you're still here, but you get the shout out either way. A world made of cardboard. I like that thing.
Yes, with a paper moon.
Brightest Day.
Day.
Oh, yeah. Our buddy Brightest Day popped in earlier.
Yeah, Zach. It was so good of you to come by and support the show. I really appreciate it.
Actually, he is one of our buds. PCAT.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Good night. And the more Clobby says your name, the cooler it sounds to me with his accent. Hey, PCAT. Just absolutely love it.
I didn't know I had an accent.
Good night.
Mr. Angel, thank you so much for your participation. Great to see you as always.
Night, Chef.
Captain Deckard Spock, if you're still there, brother, thank you for popping in.
Good night.
Max Redstone, my friend, bro. Good to see you.
Yeah, always a blast. Always such a funny and wonderful person. Good night, Max.
Indeed. Glinzer. Hello there.
Yes.
Thank you so much for popping in. The great Ironcaster, a good pal.
Yes.
Ironcaster, thanks for popping in, bro. Appreciate you. Well, thank you, Jill. You're too kind.
Right, Jill? We love this. We absolutely love it.
You're just saying that. Yeah. Alaric Harrison, thank you
so
much. Now, I can't really. Maybe number one can help me pronounce this one, but um, JPR PH1 is it job? Is there a way to pronounce that? Or I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I would need to. I would need to see it, but
Next, it's just well. Next time your JPR is here, I will just see if they can give me an idea of how to
point it
pronounce it. But
out, and we'll
thank
work
you
it
for
out.
being here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because JPR he did, or whoever that is did ask it when we're doing it and wants to be here for the show. So,
Oh, that's
um,
wonderful. Yeah, nobody will hold it against you, Clobby.
yeah,
We live in a world with 7,099 languages, and English is a universal language, and people are quite creative with it online. So no one will hold it against you. We will get his name worked out, I promise.
no problem at all. Just glad you were here. And Keely Chow, roll tide. Keely Chow, thanks for being here. My old pal Pat S, bro. Always appreciate you popping in,
Yes,
buddy.
you're wonderful, Pat.
Michael Beacom had to run, I believe, but shout out Michael Beacom.
Yep.
Cheers.
Good
Thank you
night,
so much
Michael.
for popping in. I'm honored to have seen and appreciate the super chat from uh, Mr. Tickle Trunk. Thank you so much. No pronunciation. R&B calls me John. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Robert Meyer Burnett. Shout out to that great fellow
Oh,
there.
so your name is Jean-Philippe. JP. So your name is JP.
Okay.
So yeah, so John, we'll call you John. And I'll remember from JP because I'm Canadian. So thank you for clearing that up for us. I really appreciate it.
Yes, if we may be so bold to call you John, we will, and we appreciate you being here. Zax. That girl.
I love the way you say his name.
Yeah, I like that name. Now, I don't know if you can hear us, but I love you, Janet from another planet, and I hope you're having, wherever you are at that bar, being safe and having fun. And finally, Decepticon, thank you so much.
Great name.
Hopefully we didn't miss anyone. I hope we did not. But thank you all so much for being here tonight. It has been a wonderful time for us. As always, you all make it so much fun for us. And those of you who are still with us, you get to enjoy this wonderful intro. I like to say outro because it's the wrong thing to call it, but I like it anyway. It's extro. I know. I always thought it was an outro, but I don't know. First again, happy birthday to the great legend Christopher Reeve.
Yes.
Forever flying. We love you. And this wonderful extra, made by my wonderful, brilliant first officer, the beautiful RM Briggs and Commander Briggs, and of course a little bit of help to get it here from the great Mark D with a C. Thank you all. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and have a great week. And I will be here back here. We'll continue this voyage 1 week from tonight with season 3 of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Good night, everyone, and
Good night.
live long and perspire.